Alright, Shalom. We're giving all praises to
Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, and Kakodash.
Double honors to our apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. We're going to go into basically bringing this message to the other nations, because believe it or not, we are prophets to the other nations as well. And part of that is to also tell these other nations their judgment. And part of their judgment is that since all these nations had a hand in the downfall of Israel, even to this day, there is judgment for you as well. I forgot how vocab put it. I just saw the apostles put it. He basically said that the gospel is like, it's not good news for some people, and that ain't right. Actually, it is.
That's right.
Gospel is good news for us, bad news for you. Just like when it's bad news for us, it's good news for you. You people aren't going to sit up here and tell me that you don't get excited to hear about our people being set back even further, or how there's the percentage of how many Israelites are in the top corporate jobs, whatever, has been decreased. You rejoice off that, because even though your society is falling, as long as our people still don't manage to make it out, you're okay with that, right? Because you know we're your number one enemy, because we are the Lord's chosen people. And if we get a little wiggle room or some power or some land, like I was having a conversation with this Jake, this Israelite woman, and it just shows you that Jake is starting to think a lot bigger, right? Because the conversation, she's like, look, I'm trying to get some land. I said, look, I'm right there. I'm actually doing some research. I'm just looking into it. I can't afford that like that. But that's the idea. The idea is to get off the damn plantation and to try to live as tribute free as possible. Right? Esau gonna make that like hell, but that's the mentality of Jake. And if you do research, you find out that a lot of these rules set in place was meant to set Jake back. You know, you got something called redlining, things like that, to deny our people those loans or that financial assistance to help boost you to get to the next level so you can get to this point. It's because they wanted to stop you there, right? So, nevertheless, you all had a part in our downfall, so there's judgment towards you as well.
That's right.
You start with
Book of Jeremiah, chapter 25, and verse 15, it reads, "With that said the Lord God of Israel unto me, take the wine cup of this fury at my hand, and cause all nations to whom I send thee to drink it."
And you find out that wine cup represents judgment. Okay? Period. In fact, you got this also. Verse 3.
This is Psalm chapter 60 and verse 3. "Thou hast showed thy people hard things. Thou hast made us to drink the wine of astonishment."
Right, because our people went through a lot of hell. So he said, you showed our people hard things, you caused us to drink the wine of astonishment. And that's actually in the curses. And our people going to be smitten with the astonishment, right? Meaning, in fact, let me look up. See what it is. Astonishment means thrilling or staggering. The other words it was used for was trembling. So we had to drink in a cup of that wine, that staggering, that trembling, because the Lord showed us hard things. So that wine represents judgment. We had to drink of that cup. So the Lord said, "You're gonna take this cup now that I'm giving you, which is also full of judgment, and you're gonna take it to these nations, because the Lord said, I'm gonna have you nations understand something. Yeah, I'm smiting my people, my firstborn." But you're not off the hook.
Right.
I'm gonna get you for what you did to my people. See, yeah, the Lord used you to bring us down, and now He gonna get you for it, because when you had the upper hand, you went all out. Yeah, you all did your greatest heart's desire. That's why in slavery you was skinning Jakes, you was hanging Jakes, clipping Jakes, cutting the babies out the woman's stomach. You was doing all that because you had power to do so. You just said, yeah, we just gonna do everything our heart desires. I feel like stepping on one of them niggas today. I'm gonna go step on one of their kids. I'm gonna kill one of them. Let's skin them alive. Let's pick one out for a picnic. Let's host a circus. Let's host a circus and those what do you call those things? Where you can go to now and there's rides and stuff. Amusement parks, carnivals. Let's host those, and part of one of the greatest games we can play is hit a nigga or somehow torture or kill a nigga. These are things you all did, and you didn't bat an eye, man. You didn't have trouble sleeping at night. So when the Lord gave us into your hands, you went all out, above and beyond. Really, what you were supposed to do, you were supposed to be in the same spirit as Cyrus, okay? And partly Nebuchadnezzar, because they admitted, yes, the Lord has set me up. He set me up to reign, all right? But I'm also going to do this. Thus said the Lord, you people, you can go ahead and start building the temple. Here's the money and all that. That's the type of spirit you should have had. But instead, you forward the affliction, which we're going to get that too. So you got to pay for that, right? Because we're going to read how when we was getting judged, you should have at most just dealt with us according to what the Lord given you. And then when the time came, you're supposed to let us go. But you said, oh, hell no. That's why you got to get judged, right? You got that.
Yeah, this is Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations whither the Lord shall lead thee.
That's right. Let me see. Go to 28, verse 20.
Verse 28. The Lord shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart.
Right, and let me see.
I just did a video had precepts. A lot of people bugged out. You know, their heart, meaning their mind, is mad, man. It's you know, as they say over there in the UK, are you mad? Like, how people mad? They crazy, man.
Yeah.
You know, everything ain't working upstairs.
Yeah, that's one of the definitions. It says stupefaction.
Stupefaction.
Stupefaction. I never heard of it.
God.
So our people get hit in the head, man. So that's all part of our curses. So physically, mentally, our people are unstable, and physically, we had to drink of that cup. Okay, you keep going.
So back in Jeremiah 25, verse 16, it says, and they shall drink it and be moved and be mad because of the sword that I will send among them. Then I took the cup at the Lord's hand and made all the nations to drink unto whom the Lord has sent me, to wit, Jerusalem and the cities of Judah and the kings thereof and the princes thereof, to make them a desolation and astonishment.
Yeah, so our people had to get the judgment as well. But he's going to go on and explain, you other nations, you ain't off the hook. You're not off the hook. You got to pay for what you do. Yes, because you have some that say, oh, you had the people that come up and say, oh, get on your own tribe first. We get on our tribe plenty. Because the reason we're in this captivity is because of us. We understand that. But we're at the end. And part of teaching out our people, the reason they got to repent is to show them at the light at the end of the tunnel. Which is what? We're not going to be under Esau's foot forever. We're at the end. In fact, the Lord's going to reward us for what this devil did. Because what's going to happen is we're going to get raised up and they're going to be put down.
That's right.
And we got to tell them why they getting put down. Because they're going to ask, and this all, and the main reason is because of you took the Lord's, you had the Lord's chosen people in captivity. And if you ever read the book of Exodus, what happens when you refuse to let them go? Which they refuse to let us go. They still won't tell you who you are. They still gonna call you black. They're not gonna give you people they're not gonna give an Israelite some voice time on air of news. They're not gonna do that. They're not gonna give you a real opportunity to say what you believe and to teach your people because they want to support us. Your president isn't gonna step down and bring in like a Native American to take over. They're not gonna do that. They're gonna say what? Just keep voting for us and pay your taxes, nigga. So we're here to tell you there's good news. But they gonna get their judgment.
That's right.
And to add to that, they also, when it comes to, treating us fairly here, they don't even do that. And Jake's so blind, they don't realize that this devil will give, these Asians, the benefit of the doubt for the stuff that happened to them. But here it is, we get gunned down the street. And then another thing, the Ukrainians, they gave them at least like $800 million some dollars, But what about the Israelites here? We still don't got shit.
Right. When it comes to talking reparation, these things take time. We gotta put the numbers together. Russia invades Ukraine. All right, we're sending 80 billion. Right over there. No, we don't need to think about it. No, nothing. But when it comes to you niggas, it's look, we gotta get. That means no. Right. And you gonna figure that out.
Right. Yeah, because they basically scared of our potential. It's like they always trying to keep us down because if they know if they was just to give us just a little bit of leeway, and boom, we just take off.
Because they know there's some very, very intelligent Israelites amongst us, man, and we are very, very intelligent, man.
Yeah, we superior to all you nations in every form and fashion, physically and spiritually.
Even the Jakes that's living wickedly, they still are more intelligent than you damn heathens, man.
That's right.
Look at what Moses West did. That's one Israelite, you know what I'm saying? Like, create an ionizing machine to draw moisture out the earth to create clean drinking water. I don't want no Jake like that, with funding and resources to X them out for making money.
That's right. And to add to that, it was a Jake, I don't know what state he was from, but he made a car that run off water.
This is Isaiah chapter 60 and verse 14. The sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee, and all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet, and they shall call thee the city of the Lord, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel.
Right, so that's part of them curse. They're going to come back bending unto thee. Right? Well, we're going to get into that because I talked about vessels. We're going to talk about that too. Because you're taking a lot from us. Physically as well. Okay? Like vessels and stuff like that. That's actually important because that's a part of our history. If it wasn't important, it wouldn't be written. And then on top of it, about how the tabernacle was being built, you had to have those precious vessels in there. Had to. And we're gonna read about how it was taking King Solomon. All that people actually got it. You have our precious golden vessels. You have it hidden away somewhere. Gotta be in Europe. Gotta be. Yeah. And you go to it and you rejoice like, yeah, we're taking down these people. Those are our vessels, and you're gonna bring them all back.
Yeah, they still got the. It's like the specific number that's in the book of Maccabees. It's like over 5,000 shekels of gold and silver. And all of the instruments that the Levites was using to basically make the sacrifices and stuff. They still got the Ark of the Covenant. Mm-hmm. They still got the ancient altars that we use to sacrifice to the Yahweh Shem Yahshua. Mm-hmm. All right, so yeah, you're going to have to cough all that up, including the gold from Uganda.
The precious stones.
They can't wait to get their hands on that shit.
Right.
They shouldn't even.
Yeah. Hey, Logan. So my theory is, I could be wrong. I speak as a man. The Lord gonna allow them to dig that up. They're gonna get it, and then as soon as that happen, that's ours, man. Jacob's trouble won't happen, and we gonna boom, just take it right out of their hand. Cause it's lucky, bro. And cause like when the Egyptians, we was leaving Egypt, they was giving us gold, like, here, get out. It's gonna be the same thing from this new Egypt.
Actually, we just took it.
Yeah. Spoils of war, every time.
Man, give me this.
You know how Jake crowd in the convenience store and they just mob in there, and when they leave it ain't shit.
That's how we did the Go ahead.
So back to Jeremiah 25. And And I'm running back verse 18. It says, to which Jerusalem and the cities of Judah and the kings thereof and the princes thereof, to make them a desolation and astonishment, a hissing and a curse, as it is this day. Pharaoh king of Egypt and his servants and his princes and all his people, and all the mingled people, and all the kings of the land of Uz, and all the kings of the land of the Philistines, and Ashkelon, and Azza, and Ekron, and the remnant of Ashdod, Edom and Moab, and the children of Ammon, and all the kings of Tyrus, and all the kings of Zidon, and the kings of the isles which are beyond the sea.
Right. All you basically, just to summarize, Ham, all right, they said Pharaoh, Ham, Japheth, Esau, okay, so a bit of Shem in there as well. Basically summarize all you. No problem. And that cup, when we bring it to you, we're bringing that cup of judgment. That's what the Lord's bringing to you. We got that, Revelation 14. Read that.
This is Revelation 14, starting verse 9. It reads, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wrath, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation.
Right, so that's that cup of indignation. Because in the end, that's what the judgment is going to be. You're going to take part of that cup. All right, that cup is being passed around, and it's coming to you, other nations now. Because we had to bear our punishment. To this day, we still bearing it, and we still got to go through Jacob's trouble. Through that process, the Lord's elect is being purified, and they are being made perfect, and thus will complete the punishment of it after the destruction. So then we go on to perfection, and now you other nations, now it's your time to go into. Not only are you going to experience destruction and being put to death, now you got to go into slavery. That's the gospel. The gospel is the good news for us and the world, because we also preaching, we actually speaking for the trees, the fishes, the animals. We speaking on their behalf as well. The Lord takes them all into consideration. Those are his creatures.
And what makes it so funny is you other nations, when we tell you that, you want to sit up and demonize us, and even our own people, like the Israelites. Oh, that's inhumane. But what the hell was Esau doing to us when he had us in captivity? Raping our women, butt breaking, all that shit. Wasn't that evil? Like, who the hell gonna pay for that?
Burning us alive.
Yeah.
And these are the things you did. And we're just saying what's going to be in the kingdom. And you're upset. It ain't even happen. And we ain't saying we're going to do it on our own will. We're going to wake off the will off your heart by shit.
That's right.
But that is enough to put you Edomites and tremble, because that's ultimately your deepest, darkest fear. Any honest Edomite will tell you, our greatest fear is that you will do what we did. You're going to do us what we did to you. That's why you get upset when you see Jake moving into the big houses, the money. You think that eventually you're going to become the Lord's status. We're going to take over, and you're going to go through the same hell we went through. And you're going to be the new niggas. You're going to be the modern niggas. Exactly. And it's weird to tell you that, yes, that is going to happen. But we're going to wait off of our Lord, which is Yahweh Shah. He's going to do that. So, only thing you can do is, well, I'm going to stop you guys from talking. I'm going to take down your videos. I'm going to flag them. And I'm going to hope to get you guys labeled as terrorists so you come out. It's not going to stop prophecy.
That's right.
All right? It ain't even happened yet. But you know, also in the back of your mind, you knew this time was coming. Any honest Edomite will tell you, yes, we're going to have to eventually pay for all the shit we did. That's just how the world works, right? But what you Edomites, you think you're above that. What, you know, the concept of what goes around comes around, karma. You get, first of all, this from the scriptures. You reap what you sow.
Right.
But you can escape that.
Right.
You people can escape that. Yeah, you rape, rob, and pillage the people, societies, sovereignties. What's the word? Encroachment or encroachment of animals, the natural habitat. You destroyed all these, and you stole people. But you gonna be able to escape that. You ain't gonna be able to pay for it. You get to escape, but everybody else will. Here it is, the so-called 9/11.
Shit.
We vow to take down Saddam Hussein, right? If this person even existed. And we're gonna make them pay. They cannot get away with what they did. We're gonna make sure justice is served. But when it comes to you, oh no, that's not gonna happen. We don't know who the Edomites are. They already did. So you just get escape.
Edomites done away with.
You really think you're gonna be able to do that with the Lord, man? You really think that He's gonna let you go? Okay? And we're gonna mock you in the kingdom. That's gonna be one of the first things I say to myself. Y'all thought y'all could get away? You thought you could get away, though. See, the Lord.
That's why people say, is this the man that made the earth to tremble? You know, because you're gonna be in a lower state.
Your fall's gonna be so sudden that people can't just help. Because you know, yeah, you gradually going down, but it's gonna fall so sudden. It's gonna plummet so that people just gonna have to say, "Man, this was the guy." So right now, the Most High got y'all in the trick bag. Your pride deceiving. You thinking like, "Oh man, come on, that won't happen to us. Because it never happened to us. We're above judgment. We're above the law." And that's when the Most High say, "Now it's time to bring you down, O virgin daughter."
And to add to that, Esau like that bully, you know, that everybody's so-called afraid of, until that one, you know, lowly man come up in there, hit him, boom, and people just looking at him like, man, you really soft as hell, man, because you would have got back up and whooped his ass. Nah, you know, Esau gonna get one for him, you know.
Esau Debo, we great.
Also, when you think about it too, that's where they get this fairy tale, like in their movies. You know, Esau always wear the white hat. He's the hero of the movie at the end. You know what I mean? Cowboys and Indians. You know, John Wayne. You know, these types of things, man. They always portrayed themselves as the saviors of the earth. You know what I mean?
It really is the total opposite.
Right.
And like even then, like we watch movies like Avengers Infinity War, Age of Ultron, and stuff like that. Really, quote unquote bad guys, you know, are the good guys.
Yeah,
like Ultron, he was quoting Bible scriptures. He was like,
I
"On this
didn't
rock
know.
I build my church," and stuff like
Thanos.
that. Yeah, Thanos talking about the little ones. And all that. Who that? That's the elect. Yeah, Magneto.
And they was doing that because, you know, Thanos was doing it because shit, he was trying to basically have erased half of the population everywhere and stuff like that, so it'd be more resources and stuff, you know.
Exactly. But if you want to get a movie past, like through Hollywood and all these films, then you got to make sure that shit's watered down to make sure that at least not Esau looks like the bad guy. You know, by all means, make Islamic look bad, terrorism, all that look bad. But when it comes to the American people, you got to make sure that they're the good guys.
Like Captain America. You know, remember like when Ultron first woke up, he was like, "Yeah, you're all killers. You're bombing people and such and such, such and such." And they made him like the bad guy. Really, he was the good guy. You know, he was trying to basically cut off the cancer of the earth. And who was that? Esau.
You know, and Esau, when they make these movies, they water it down to make it seem like the whole human race is the problem. Nah,
it's you.
You devils, man. I ain't see Ultron attack not one Jacob. And
then they trying to demonize the Russian Edomites, which those are devils too. But hey, man, you American Edomites are way worse. Y'all the lowest of the lowest. You know, like Russia just a lesser evil, but it's still evil.
Yeah, they still
and like
carry themselves with, you know,
so like some type of dignity.
Yeah.
They like the masculine Edomites over there. It's like foolish shit over there.
You want to keep going in verse 10?
No, that's it on that.
Back in Jeremiah 25, it says, in verse 23, "They dine in Tema and Buz, and all that are in the utmost corners, and all the kings of Arabia, and all the kings of the mingled people who dwell in the desert, and all the kings of Zimri, and all the kings of Elam, and all the kings of the Medes, and all the kings of the north, far and near, one with another, and all the kingdoms of the world, which are upon the face of the earth, and the king of Shishak shall drink after them. Therefore thou shalt say unto them, thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, drink ye and be drunken, and spew and fall, and rise no more, because of the sword which I send among you. And this shall be, if they refuse to take the cup at thy hand to drink, then shalt thou say unto them, thus saith the Lord of hosts, ye shall surely drink.
Right, you shall surely drink, because you want to get out of it. When we bring this message to the Edomites, and you don't even gotta insult them or anything like that. You just tell the truth. Look, we teach the Bible to tell you that because of what you did, your people did to God's chosen people, you gotta pay for it. No, I ain't got nothing to do with that. I ain't got nothing to do with it. Look, you shall surely drink, because you are an Edomite, and this is written in the judgment. And you're reaping the benefits of the society, whether you like it or not.
Good.
Talk of that. Been here before.
Yeah, you've been here before. But that's the old. Don't you think they're paying for it now? You realize they're all back here today, right? We are our ancestors being brought back, and they hate that, because that's why Vocab hates reincarnation, because their one out is to believe that you are a new, fresh spirit when you come out, and you ain't got no history,
nothing to
you
do with it.
Yeah, Vocab, you Haman, man. I believe you. So guess what? You've been here multiple times. We can read about you in Esther, my man. Hey, Mr. Heyman, okay, and also was it John Carver? Brother put him, I forgot the other guy they put him as some other brother. But that's their one out. That's why they have to that's why you won't hear Edomites primarily subscribe to reincarnation, because that's their one out. I had nothing to do with that. Yes, the hell you did. Okay. You or your forefathers coming back. Because if that's the case, why we gotta go into slavery? Because of what our wickedness did. Because we are ancestors. Alright.
I mean, shit, we accepted that.
Yeah, we accepted it.
Yeah.
And it was the covenant the Lord made with us. Right. Like, so when the Lord told us, can you get that for me? Deuteronomy 30 and 14. It's funny, man. You guys want outs. There is no outs. The Most High covered. There's no gray areas. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The Most High covered the whole spectrum. Okay.
Yeah.
So when you come up, well, I wasn't around. Oh, wait a second. You must not know
Right.
about reincarnation.
100% accurate. 100%.
That's one of them Edomites. I ain't have nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
Deuteronomy 30, 14.
Yeah.
All right, this is Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 14. It reads, but the word is very nigh unto thee, in thy mouth and in thy heart, that thou mayest do it. Verse 15, See, I have set before thee this day life and good, and death and evil. Verse 16, in that I command thee this day to love the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua thy power, to walk in his ways, and to keep his commandments, and his statutes and his judgments, that thou mayest live and multiply, and the Lord Yahweh thy power shall bless thee in the land whither thou goest to possess it. But if thy heart turn away, so that thou wilt not hear, but shall be drawn away and worship other gods and serve them, I denounce unto you this day that ye shall surely perish, and that ye shall not prolong your days upon the land whither thou passest over Jordan to go to possess it. I call heaven and earth to record this day against you that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live.
So he laid it out. He said, what I call the earth as a record against you, Israel, we laying it out for you. Now what if I say, it wasn't talking about me, I wasn't there. I was there. My ancestor was there. If I was born after Moses, a child, it was taught to me. It was brought to me. So the Most High ain't that jig ain't had nothing to do with it. So you know what? We all got to take part in it, man. Like I always say, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Isaiah, all those prophets, they were the elect, but they had to go into captivity with Israel. They had to. It's part of the judgment. But that's the elect. You see? So why didn't they get a pass? But why didn't they get a pass? Because one, they're Israelites, and two, they're guilty as well. And besides, because you could say Ezekiel 16, that's another one they try to run to. You could say, well, Ezekiel 16, yeah, the Most High does deal with people on an individual sense. He does. But when the nation continuously go off, the bulk got to pay. And there's evidence in the scriptures on that. In fact, let me try to explain that too. Okay. You have one too?
Yeah, appreciate it.
Okay, go ahead.
This is
Read his and then go ahead.
This is Revelations chapter 1 and verse 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, even so are mine. You know? And so for you ones that's trying to get away from the reincarnation, how are the people that pierced the Lord gonna be able to see him when he returned? Because they reincarnated back into the earth, man, to receive that judgment. You know, ain't nobody living, 2,000 years old, man, right now, waiting on him to come back with a cane and no teeth, waiting on their judgment, man. It's talking about the reincarnation, because everybody. That's why the world is populated the way it is, man. It's a lot of people being born to receive that judgment, man. And the scriptures even tell you that if the wicked be multiplied, it is just for their destruction. Roughly paraphrasing. That's why it's a lot of people on the earth, because at one time, because those people of those ancient days that may have seemed like they skipped judgment, especially man, they gonna get it here soon, man. Upon the Lord's return.
Right. Ask them that. I don't believe in reincarnation. What does that mean? Don't show me all the Roman soldiers who's over 2,000 years old and say, man, I can't die. I can't die. What does that mean? How about that? What you get?
God. This is Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 21. And the reason it says, prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities.
Right. Prepare the sword for the iniquity of their fathers. You see? The iniquity of their fathers. That's why we bring it to you, other nations, primarily you Edomites. You are guilty for what your ancestors did. One, because you are their children. And two, that is you coming back.
That's right.
You're all guilty. All of it.
It's Deuteronomy chapter 5, verse 9. Thou shalt not bow thou thyself unto them, nor serve them, for I, the Yahweh, thy Elohim, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me.
There you go. That's the Heavenly Father, just power. Third and fourth generation is what? That's when the souls come back. Okay.
Yeah, the recycle process.
Recycle. That's why you got the scriptures that say regeneration, which is the same as reincarnation. To generate something means to bring forth. Again, we're back. So bring it back forward again. The same spirit, the same soul. And then you got King Solomon, okay? You got
King David.
You got King David, you got Elijah. That's another thing. Well, I don't see a lot of reincarnation in the Bible. You ever heard of the prophet John? Okay. It's clearly in the scriptures.
And then the 450 prophets, they reincarnated back in the earth.
Right. The elect, all here. Okay.
This is Ezekiel 18 and 20. This is just to land back on what you were saying. I'm gonna read it. Ezekiel 18 and 20. The soul that sinneth, it shall die. The son shall not bear the iniquity of the father, neither shall the father bear the iniquity of the son.
Right, that's what I said, Ezekiel 16, 18.
Yeah. The righteousness of the righteous shall be upon him, and the wickedness of the wicked shall be upon him.
Right. So, you got it.
So Kanye, like the brother was saying, Yeah, even though that, like the Lord is dealing with the regeneration, as far as like these Edomites coming back and getting their judgment, right? So now, if you a different soul, then that's a different judgment. You know, like the Lord is not gonna judge you about something your dad did. All right? And that's the whole point that we trying to make. You are your forefathers coming back. You know, hey, if you didn't do that, then the Lord wouldn't judge you for that. Because that would be what? Unjust. But the Lord is just in all his ways. So therefore, what? You're guilty.
So you gotta how they understand it, because the Edomites, the Christians, that's one chapter they know. That's one chapter they know, okay? Because they think they're trying to get off. They're trying to get away. So they say, oh, Ezekiel 18.
Shit.
Guess what? That is correct. But that's on an individual sense. But then you have it on a grand scale, a grand sense. Because like I said, those prophets are the elect. Why did they have to go into slavery? Why didn't the Lord say, but you, Jeremiah, you're going to be, you know what I'm saying, you're going to be in Jerusalem. And then every now and then you got to come on a horse and come down to Babylon and prophesy, and you can go back to your perfect land. No, you had to go with them. Okay? And when they prophesied, they didn't say, like Nehemiah, Lord, my people are wicked. They said, Lord, we continue to sin. When he found out that they was marrying the other nations, which technically is wrong, the problem is that situation. You know, they're trying to get out and build a kingdom. They're getting themselves back, and then you see Jake still repeating the same cycle that's gonna put them back in the same hellhole. That's why he mourned and weak. He you know, plucked his hairs out his face. He got out and he said, Lord, we have sinned. He didn't do anything, but he knows that it falls upon the people. Okay? As a nation. And we got an example of that.
Kind of like when the Heavenly Father started allowing us to get jacked up by these other nations because someone had a garment or something like that, and the Lord's jacking us all up.
Yeah,
you know, kind and jacking all of us up just off one person's mistake. You know, just showing you that the Lord judges us as a whole.
That's right. Yeah, because when the Lord says Jacob, he talking about the whole nation. Because that one man is that whole people. You know, the Lord says he gonna bring judgment upon Edom. Right? Who was Edom? Esau. His name was changed to Esau because of the red pottage. You know, and plus you Edomites are red as hell. It's another reason why. So yeah, you're gonna have to pay for that. All right. What's up, man? What's up? Thanks.
Read that. So this was an account of in the book of Joshua, where our land was given to the portions of the people, right? But then what happened was certain tribes caught wind of other tribes, which I believe is Reuben, Gad, and the half of Manasseh. Reuben, Gad, and the half of Manasseh. So they was about to build like an altar, right? And you're gonna see how the other jakes responded, and you're gonna see their words. Okay, reverse of that. Then you go to John.
This is book of Joshua, chapter 22, verse 11. And the children of Israel heard say, behold, the children of Reuben and the children of Gad and the half tribe of Manasseh have built an altar over against the land of Canaan in the borders of Jordan at the passage of the children of Israel. And when the children of Israel heard of it, the whole congregation of the children of Israel gathered themselves together at Shiloh to go up to war against them.
So once they caught one of them, they said, what, they built an altar? Hell no, man. So you're gonna see, well, why did they respond in such an act? Why was they about to go to war with their own people?
Verse 15, and they came unto the children of Reuben and to the children of Gad and the half tribe of Manasseh unto the land of Gilead, and they spake with them, saying, thus said the whole congregation of the Lord, what trespass is this that ye have committed against the power of Israel, to turn away this day from following the Lord, and that ye have builded you an altar, that ye might rebel this day against the Lord? Is the iniquity of Peor too little for us, from which we are not cleansed until this day, although there was a plague in the congregation of the Lord. But that ye must turn away this day from following the Lord, and it will be, seeing ye rebel, you rebel today against the Lord, that tomorrow he will be wroth with the whole congregation of Israel.
The whole congregation of Israel. But it was just those 3 tribes, right? But they go on and explain like, look, no, we weren't building no altar to offer gods or anything. It was just because their inheritance, it was like so close. They're like, yeah, we know that this line is mine or this side of the land is mine, but our children, they may start to fight. Like, no, this is my land. This is Gad. This is Reuben. So they was making a distinction between what belongs to what. But their response is enough right there. Mm-hmm. They said, man, you about to bring hell upon the whole nation, right? The whole congregation. Read that last part again.
Verse 15. Verse 18. But that ye must turn away this day from following the Lord. But ye must turn away this day from following the Lord, and it will be, seeing ye rebel today against the Lord, that tomorrow he will be wroth with the whole congregation of Israel.
So there you go. So guess what? Yeah, the Most High does deal in an individual sense, but if you have enough people in that nation go walk, the Most High get all you, man. Mm-hmm. And guess what? You Edomites were guilty of all of that, man. All of you nations, you're all guilty. You're guilty. Okay? And if you from Ishmael or whatever, you say, well, look, I ain't had nothing to do, I don't got a problem. Guess what? Our inheritance is basically the world.
Right.
The inheritance of the world is Yahushua, and then it spread to the Israelites. And guess what? You are our inheritance.
Yeah. That's a part of our blessing. Is having a yoke around your devil's neck.
Since the beginning of time, the world was promised, the kingdom of heaven was promised to Abraham, okay, and to Adam. Since the beginning, everlasting life. We had to go through this process to get to this. Is the Most High's movement. So, guess what? You could go your whole life without even interacting with an Israelite. If you ain't an Israelite, you're gonna be our possession. It was set up that way. So that's the attitude you just gotta have. Well, it's the time of the Lord to come back, and when He come back, okay, this is His kingdom. His kingdom belongs to His people, and you're gonna have to serve Him. Yeah. Right? But all you nations that had a heavy part in our downfall, you got to get judged for that because of what your ancestors did and because of what you're doing right now.
Right.
So you can't use Ezekiel 18 to get out of it. Okay? Because I guarantee you, whatever job you're doing now, you're responsible. You stepped on some heads to get there, and you probably fucked over a lot of jakes. So
shit.
That's why a lot of people look at these old Edomites. Oh, she just old. Okay, first of all, do you know her profession? For all you know, she could have been a damn abortion clinic doctor, and the bitch got rich off of that. Yeah. Right? If anything, they did the worst because they had more time to do more hell. But they look innocent. They look innocent.
Old devil was once a young devil.
Yeah, old devil, the one that can't even walk, can't even lift up his head.
And the devil is still a devil.
You think, I can't get mad at them? Okay, did you know that 30 years ago, this motherfucker was responsible for, I don't know, evicting a whole bunch of jakes out of a house. He was real estate, and he closed it. They're responsible, but because they old, they had that appearance like, oh, they're innocent. No, they're not. If anything, them the worst ones. They had the longest time to do the evil. You can't see it because they're not in their youth.
Right.
Like, come on, man. Stop being simple. And even in the movies, right, they always make the children look innocent. But it's just a child, it's just a child. Okay, the child's gonna grow up to be a devil also. It's the same person.
Right. Damn, the devil got his toenails painted.
She recommended that.
Right. So,
Baby, do it with me.
I had a appreciate it real quick.
okay, I got one too. I got one to you. You got one?
Because how we read in Joshua how the rest of the congregation of Israel responded to those 3 tribes, and it's because the Lord gave a commandment, man, like what to do if that happens. This is Deuteronomy chapter 13 and verse 6. If thy brother, the son of thy mother, or thy son, or thy daughter, or the wife of thy bosom, or thy friend, which is as thy own soul, entice thee secretly, saying, Let us go and serve other gods, which thou hast not known, thou nor thy fathers, namely of the gods of the people which are round about you, nigh unto thee, or far off from thee, from the one end of the earth, even to the other end of the earth. Thou shalt not consent unto him, nor hearken unto him, neither shall thy eye pity him, neither shalt thou spare, neither shalt thou conceal him, but thou shalt surely kill him. Thy hand shall be first upon him to put him to death, afterwards the hand of all the people. You know, so the Lord commanded us to put that type of activity out of Israel, man. So that's why they responded that way, because they didn't want the judgment to be brought on the whole nation.
Right. And if you was a ruler or king and you knew stuff like that was going on, you had to act. You had to. Because the Lord gonna get mad at you. You didn't deal with them wicked ass Israelites, you know, over there. Didn't the Lord say that to what church was that? You still in Revelations? Times one. Give me verse 14. Revelation 2 and 14. You know what? Start at 12.
Okay. This is Revelation 2, starting at verse 12. To the angel of the church of Pergamos, write these things, saith he which hath the sharp sword with two edges. I know thy works, and where thou dwellest, even where Satan's seat is, and thou holdest fast my name, and hast not denied my faith, even in those days wherein Antipas was my faithful martyr, who was slain among you where Satan dwelt. But I have a few things against thee, because thou hast there them that hold the doctrine of Balaam, who taught Balak to cast a stumbling block before the children of Israel, to eat things sacrificed unto idols, and to commit fornication.
Right, so that church, they did all right, but then they still had that wickedness going on. So the Lord said, deal with that. Can you jump to 18?
Okay. Revelation 2 and 18, and it reads, And unto the angel of the church of Thyatira write, These things saith the Son of the Most High, who had his eyes like unto a flame of fire, and his feet are like fine brass. I know thy works in charity and service and faith, and thy patience and thy works, and the last to be more than the first. Notwithstanding, I have a few things against thee, because thou sufferest that woman Jezebel, which calleth herself a prophetess, to teach and to subdue my servants to commit fornication, and to eat things sacrificed unto idols.
So they had, so the Lord's like, you got to go deal with that woman down there calling herself Jezebel, all right? Because y'all not acting on it. So you got to do something for the Lord to get you. So back then you had to do that. That's why Jake responded the way they did. They had to, because they was like, man, we just got our land. Jake about to fuck up. Oh hell no, we gotta go get. Why couldn't they just be like, oh, that's on them? Because they knew what was gonna happen. It was gonna eventually fall upon the whole nation, right? And of course, this is only when like you have some type of authority or power. You know, nowadays you got wicked children, or whatever. What can you do? Unless they're under your roof or your house, you just gotta be like, look, we ain't got no power or authority right now. Okay, you try to do any training or anything like that, Esau can just kind of, you know, they got something in their books where you could be emancipated from your own family. Okay, I didn't even know that talk watching TV show. You could separate yourself from your own family. I think according to the books. I never.
About 16.
So you ain't got no power. Yeah.
Yeah. And just to land back on what you said, basically about like the Lord is just with his judgments. So this is Judges 22 and 4. And it reads, And it came to pass on the morrow that the people rose early and built there an altar and offered burnt offerings and peace offerings. And the children of Israel said, Who is there among all the tribes of Israel that came not up with the congregation unto the Lord
For they had made a great oath concerning him that came not up to the Lord to Mizpeh, saying he shall surely be put to death. Right. So this was the children of Israel was going to war with the tribe of Benjamin from those damn Sodomites that was in Belial. All right. And the children of Israel repented them for Benjamin their brother, and said, there is one tribe cut off from Israel this day. How shall we do for wives for them that remain, saying we have sworn by the Lord that we will not give them of our daughters to wives? And they said, one is there of the tribes of Israel that came not to Mizpeh to the Lord, and behold, there came none of the camp of Jabesh Gilead to the assembly, for the people were numbered, and behold, there were none of the inhabitants of Jabesh Gilead there, right? So they ain't come up because they didn't obey the voice of the Lord. They come up to the congregation of the Lord to fight against the children of Benjamin, because it was basically like one of the first house cleanings right there. Because the Lord said that He made a breach in Israel. So hey, if you're not on the right side, guess what? You're on the left side of that. And so they had to get put to death. Alright? So and the congregation sent hither 12,000 men of the violence, and commanded them, saying, go and smite the inhabitants of Jabesh Gilead with the edge of the sword, with the women and the children. And this is the thing that you shall do. You shall utterly destroy every male and every woman that have lain by a man, right? So if you had a husband, shit, you was gonna get put to death. Just only say the virgins,
I'm giving them the Jabesh.
Yeah. You said what?
I said those women that remained, they gave them the Jabesh.
Right. So yeah, that was a breach that was in Israel, amongst them being just, because even though it's women, they were still so-called pure. All right. And all the males there had to die. Right.
Go back to Jeremiah 20. You read that to me. You have something.
Con, I had something quick or simple. This is Psalms 2, verse 1 through 3. And the reason it says, why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord, against His anointed, saying, let us break their bands and asunder and cast away their cords from us.
That's right. You got it.
God, and basically this is what these heathens did, man. They want to cast off Israel, and this links up with Psalms the 83rd chapter. They set up the crafty counsel against the hidden ones, man. Who are the hidden ones? The Israelites. And they trying to do this so they can complete agenda and get rid of Israel, but you can't get rid of something that's that's numbered like the sand of the sea. They can do as they must, they can do as they try, but hey, you can't get rid of it, man. Right. You can do all the abortion clinics, you can do all the setting chemicals in our water, but we gonna keep on coming back.
That's right. And you read the scriptures where it says, in affliction our people multiply. So how you gonna destroy an enemy that the more you press down on them, the more they multiply? That's the Most High. He ingrained that into Israel, man. It's like a defense mechanism. You motherfuckers, And everything they've done has always been to annihilate Israel. Everything. What they're doing right now, ultimately, is to try to be selective genocide. You already know who the genocide is targeted. Israel. They've always targeted. That's all they think about. How can we kill them? And by any means necessary. Let's get them from the womb. Okay? That's why you got your abortion clinic. Let's kill them when they're born. That's why you got your jabs and all that. But it's failing though. They just like, this shit's failing. What more can we do without openly putting them down? And they still going at it. That's why everything that's happening right now is to do selective genocide or selective breeding. That's what it's all about. He wants to be God, man.
Right.
Overpopulation, all that. This is what they think. And this is why they got to be judged, because they've been doing these things openly and secretly to this day. It's an attack to ensure that you be destroyed. You understand?
Okay. Back in Jeremiah 25 and 29. And it shall be if they refuse to take the cup at thy hand to drink, then shalt thou say unto them, thus saith the Lord of hosts, ye shall certainly drink. For lo, I began to bring evil on the city, which is called by my name, and should ye be utterly unpunished?
Yeah. Listen, I brought evil upon the city upon my own name, that's called by my own name. Okay? But you rats think you're gonna escape. You rats think you can be untouched. You Edomites think you can. You Edomites even got the nerve to honestly think that, yeah. Right.
What's up?
Huh?
You said today not Saturday?
Nope. Yep. Where that's at? Where that's at? Where?
Yeah. What do they got to do with the Sabbath?
But
That's a nigga that think he knows something.
Yeah.
oh yeah. So you guys can, you Edomites, you honestly think that when the gates are open, you're gonna be first in line. Okay. Kingdom of heaven, that you're gonna be ready. You actually believe that. You guys have come together on the news talking about some, should we prepare ourselves to meet an international force or galaxy or whatever it is. Okay. You honestly think that if that was the case, you would be the first one in line with suits like, we're ready to meet you people. Man, they coming. I wish if that was the case, if there was extraterrestrial beings that wasn't angels, let's just say hypothetically they were aliens coming back to destroy America, I'm rooting for them. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, get rid of this motherfucker. Okay? Destroy him. Alright? But you that's how proud you Edomites are. You obviously think you're gonna get first dibs on the kingdom. That's what you think. Alright? You're gonna get that grim reality that you have no part in the kingdom of heaven. Your part is to build, okay, soul, alright, labor, toil, sweat.
Everything sweat.
Yeah.
To be a servant.
Yep.
Yeah,
Servitude.
Bust your knuckles, get splinters, scrape your knee,
Your bad knees,
get your
bad
back beat,
elbows.
back.
Kind of what you brothers talking about. When I be in either my neighborhoods, it's like how they carry themselves. It's like that I just be seeing them just doing random shit. Like I just see them in their driveway. They just be plucking weeds out the driveway and shit. They be in the garden just planting seeds and stuff. I'm like, y'all already getting ready for your jobs in the future.
You're getting ready, right? You're gonna go to work.
Seen the Edomite, little Edomite boy, he hanging from the tree and shit. I'm like, oh yeah, you gonna be climbing some trees for sure.
See, it's gonna be rest for us, but work for you.
That's right.
And you other nations, y'all gonna have to work. Okay? That's gonna be a chain of command, at least in certain brothers' home. Right? Some brother may not even get Esau. They might have Ham get Esau, and they whoop Ham ass. Yeah, that's it. Right?
Already said.
That brother's royal. He's like, little
Damn,
Ham.
he might go out there and kick him in his ass. Get them goddamn bricks off that thing.
Moab, hey, I think you be the best service because all y'all want to do is work any damn way. That's all you guys do. You just working robots. School,
Voluntarily.
home, yeah.
Get up under your toenails.
You just want to be told what to do. That's why your damn SAT scores are so damn. But you just told, what do I study? Okay. What do I do? Okay. Good. You're gonna be told what to do. Okay. And Moab is my watchman.
Yeah, shit, our women, you know, all the Israelite women, shit, you gonna be in there doing nails and pedicures and manicures.
Yeah, our women gonna have
Oh,
slaves
yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Our women had slaves back then.
Yeah. And you a Cushite woman.
We're gonna have jobs for all
You know, you're gonna be combing our women's long ass hair. It's gonna come down to the damn floor. You know, you're gonna be wrapping it up because hey, that hair shit is a job. I do agree. You know.
The scriptures tell you you're gonna literally have our kids on your shoulders. Okay, I'm serious. You're gonna be nursing, all that shit. Me, ain't no Edomite stepping in my doors. Y'all all outside. Okay? You not doing no house, nothing. You outside. Okay. In the sun. Now the other nations outside who's inside. But you won't step foot on my motherfucking you in the field, Esau.
Sleeping outside and everything.
Yeah, hey, besides my concubines, hey, I'm gonna have to have y'all close by for when I, want to pop y'all.
And then, I hate Amalek so much. I want 90% of my slaves, Esau, to be Amalek. Brothers got Amalek, sell them to me. I don't like them motherfuckers, man. I really don't. You stole our heritage.
Right.
You know? I don't not like you.
Definitely can't get a pass for that shit.
I can't stand ham too. I can smell y'all motherfuckers before I even see y'all.
I don't
like
even
Elon.
want to
I don't like Elon either. They probably can't come inside.
Elon, I don't. Me and the King, the Lord will. I don't want to touch no one. I'm gonna have my servants do all the whooping ass because if I touch you, that means I'm gonna kill you.
Some Jake like, no, Esau, I gotta get personal with your mother. I gotta get. You never know. Hey, I may have change of heart to keep. No, I may get physical.
Yeah, that's the brothers that love fighting like myself. We gonna be I'm gonna be sparring with brothers and stuff, but you damn Edomites say I'm gonna have, I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna put a little bit of power on them so I can go and fight them and shit. Like them, like a simulation. And win battles.
Can't wait to see some Edomite.
Our heart's desire is gonna be. We're gonna have some Hunger Games. We're gonna have all that. We're gonna have a whole damn course. Winner of that. You just beat the Hunger Games. Congratulations. Winner of that. Gotta fight all 12 sharks.
Shit.
Winner of that. Gotta fight 12 lions. There's a catch. You touch a lion, you get put to death.
Yeah, kind of like.
So guess what? Lose.
And kind, it's gonna be so much stuff that need to be done in the kingdom, man. We're gonna have all the rest of eternity to do that. Because this planet, we haven't searched out this planet yet. Like, we don't know the ins and outs of this planet.
Still hours, they can't even land on the helicopter.
Exactly. They show you that in that movie with King Kong.
Skull Island.
Skull Island. And then once the one with Godzilla, King Kong versus Godzilla.
The Hollow Earth.
The Hollow Earth. It's basically like another part of the Earth that defied gravity. So shit, we don't know about certain different parts, like the whirlwinds that people go into. Like what's on the other side of that?
So this is the gospel. While we teaching these things, brothers and sisters listening, we smiling like, yeah. You Edomites, you terrified, you frowning, right?
Right.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, the different planets. All that. Hey, like the elect gonna go to the planet. Hey, and we gonna all take pictures on that mug.
Party in this thing.
The righteous. Yeah, kind. Yeah, because we're going to have photos in the kingdom and all that.
Be able to,
portraits.
Yeah. Be able to cherish your children and stuff like that, man. And be able to enjoy your children at that, man. You ain't stuck at work. You got to make up excuse to your child. Like, not this weekend, man. I can't, But you're going to be able to do those things, man. Every day.
Coming to America. My son works.
What is this you speak of?
Right.
You got to chastise our children. Son, did you just pick that up? She got slaves.
All right.
And it's like, Esau gonna be salty. Like, when we finally go to the moon, Esau gonna be salty as fuck. The moon and the other planets, like, that's what Esau dream of. Go to Mars, all that.
They like chariots.
Yeah.
Some brothers like, I don't want to drive my chariot. I want slaves to drive my chariot. Esau don't get that privilege.
Don't touch.
Okay? You Edomites are gonna be in work. Okay, that's all you gonna be. Work.
And my chariot gonna drive
in the field. Okay.
Kind.
You're not gonna get the luxury of coming inside. You're not gonna sweep a carpet. You shouldn't be near a carpet, okay? Unless you at your little dog house, okay? If I give you that, you ain't coming inside. You are strictly outside the borders, because you eat Edomites blood.
It's like, even then, like, I'm gonna have certain Edomites that I'm gonna breed and get them out off as concubines and servants. Because we gonna be selling you damn devils too. You know, I got a good looking thick Edomite woman. You know, hey, give me this for, you know, yeah, I got 100,000 strong Edomites. Give me such and such seconds for them. Yeah, that's what they did to us.
I always say, you know, my feet in the kingdom, man. I'm a touch on the ground, but you know, when I'm around my slaves, I'ma just be floating and stuff like that. And the heathens gonna have to carry my cape and stuff like that. But Esau, you cannot touch at all, man.
Shit, man, my damn cape gonna have spiritual powers,
God.
like Dr. Strange.
Like,
yeah.
go fight his ass.
Shit, right. And this is so back in Jeremiah 25 and 30. It said, therefore prophesy thou against them all these words, and say unto them, the Lord shall roar from on high and utter his voice from his holy habitation. He shall mightily roar upon his habitation. He shall give a shout, and they that tread the grapes against all the inhabitants of the earth. A noise shall come. What? A noise shall come even to the ends of the earth. When the Lord have a controversy with the nations, he will plead with all flesh. He will give them that are wicked to the sword, said the Lord. Thus said the Lord of hosts, behold, evil shall go forth from nation to nation, and a great whirlwind shall be raised up from the coast of the earth. And the slain of the Lord shall be at the day from one end of the earth even unto the other end of the earth. They shall not be lamented, neither gathered nor buried. They shall be dung upon the ground. Howl, you shepherds, and cry, and wallow yourselves in the ashes, you principal of the flock, for the days of your slaughter and your dispersions are accomplished. And ye shall fall like a pleasant vessel, and the shepherd shall have no way to flee, nor the principal of the flock to escape. A voice of the cry of the shepherds and a howling, and the principal of the flock shall be heard, for the Lord have spoiled their pasture, and the peaceable habitations are cut down because of the fierce anger of the Lord. He hath forsaken his covert as a lion, for their land is desolate because of the fierceness of their oppressor, and because of his fierce anger.
This is Psalms chapter 75 and verse 8. For in the hand of the Lord there is a cup, and the wine is red, it is full of mixture, and he poureth out of the same. But the dregs thereof, all the wicked of the earth shall wring them out and drink them.
Right. He's gonna drink every last drop. Okay? And that mixture represents judgments.
Right.
Different judgments. And we read how that cup is gonna be taken basically to you other nations. And you're gonna take that and you're gonna drink every last drop, just like we do. Okay? Because the Lord has brought us very low. I'm saying very low. Because he allowed the worst of the worst to be king over earth and allowed him to do those things to us.
That's right.
He allowed them to do it to us. Okay? All the cries and tears basically didn't reach his ears. Because that's what he said. He was going to block it. You understand? But at the same time, he could remember that. Right? It's like he said, and when we sit up in the kingdom, he going to forget our sin. Right? But he also has power to remember. Right? So all you other nations, you do realize every little thing that you've done and did is recorded, right? You don't get away with it. Well, we did that in secret. But we swept that under a rug. Nobody will ever find out about George Washington's true past, right? Nobody will ever find out truly about Abraham Lincoln. And then here comes a little bird, comes out of nowhere. Oh, by the way, this man was a damn devil, a snake. All that stuff was being brought up. But even the things that don't make the books, the Most High knows them. He knows all of them. Your secret agendas. When you make the cell phone, your secret agenda about how secretly the angels gonna reveal all it to us, man. You know they was really trying to kill you with this.
Yeah.
You know, really they were trying to kill you with this. They were
Yeah,
trying to
kill you and they monitor you at the same time.
You know what they was really doing? You don't think the Lord knows? That's why they really scared of the chariots that they call UFO. Because every time they did something in secret, they was recorded the chariots right there. So that puts them in, that makes them shiver. If you shot a missile, if you invaded a land or whatever, they just saw a chariot watching,
Right.
like recording all this shit. And they guilty because they know like we shouldn't even be here or this shouldn't even be happening. Well, really nobody should see this, but yet those chariots are always there. Why is that? Because the Lord is watching you. He knows what you're doing. So every little thing you've done or made
You gotta appreciate.
is going to be brought up
Go ahead.
in the kingdom. Okay, you got to pay for every little thing. It ain't gonna be no secrets. You ain't gonna be able to. Well, I'm gonna pass, and everybody gonna ever know what I did. No, you gonna know what you did. Okay, we know how you poison the food and how you do GMO food and all that with the intent to kill people off. We know that stuff. That's why you got people now who could just put it together, like the little clip I showed you. Like, oh, this ain't real cheese. Okay, half this rice is plastic. Okay, what else they show? Oh, this honey isn't real honey. What's
Little
this?
shit that be on the outside of the vegetables.
Oh, yeah.
Wax.
rice.
Yeah.
Wax, rice, lettuce. Yeah, that shit ain't real.
Yeah, they really selling lettuce that just stretch and don't even wither up.
And man had that fish.
Yeah, I was getting just new kind. I was just
He
getting
was,
ready
boy,
to-
he was balling that shit up.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
going
squeeze it
back.
like a sponge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then you put it in water and then it came. That's chemicals, bro.
Yeah.
And then and that's supposed to go in your body.
Right.
Like this is what they, but bro, you go to the dollar store right now and buy some steak. That shit ain't steak, bro. The dude Esau did videos on it. You put that shit on the skillet, man. Oh shit, it just come out. Then they got like 70% water ground beef in there for $1. Not this store, but you can buy it from there. You go, so I'm going to the dollar store. Who wants some ground beef? What? And they tell you on the package it's 70% water. And that shit ain't even brown, man. Put that shit on the skillet, man.
Hamburger
McDonald's
helper.
burgers. You
Right.
got videos of people putting McDonald's burger in the case, leaving it there. A month later, year
Nah,
later.
shit, 10
don't-
years.
Don't even change. The fries, they don't degenerate, which real potatoes supposed to go bad over time.
Done.
Right.
And I was at Six Flags yesterday, and this either my kid had a burger, and I was looking at the burger. I'm like, man, that burger looks so damn fake. The cheese looked fake. The bun looked fake. The damn burger itself just looked all fake. I'm like, man, and then the turkey legs plastic. People don't know that.
Plastic.
You know?
It was
I was just thinking about that
Mondo
too.
burger.
And they know that because they know they do that with intention. They're gonna sell it and hope to kill them.
Plus,
Medical.
like they be having like certain like glue in
Yeah.
chicken. Like you ever bit into some chicken, then it's shit like chewy. That's that glue in there. Now you eating fucking glue.
Yeah, then
Back in the night, well, I do the 90s when they came out with that movie Good Burger.
Yeah.
And the people opened up Mondo Burger across the street and they was putting the drops or something on it and the bitch burnt up.
Yeah.
Now look at the Impossible Burger and all this shit like,
Yeah, and the damn dog wouldn't even eat it.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's what Esau does. You got Good Burger, I guess. Let's just say they putting out something that's natural, and then Mr. Eddie comes up with a secret sauce, something that's good for the people. Esau, I want that, so I can corrupt it. This is what they do, and they do it with the intent because they lie on the label, and they know the harm is gonna cause you.
Yeah.
Everything they do is to lie to you.
Right.
Like, come on, man, that fish, man, that got me. I was like, bro, what? You literally can squeeze it and then pour water on it, it looks brand new, bro. That's fucking magic, bro.
That's witchcraft.
Craft, yeah, magical witchcraft. And you got motherfucker. And if that Jake haven't done that, he was gonna. But you put that shit in your body.
Right.
Yeah.
See, hey, that's why we can't take these bodies with us when we go into the kingdom of heaven.
Wow.
You know, like when we growing up, which it's not gonna be painful, of course, but hey, our body gonna disintegrate. You know, like Lord gonna take the spirit out of our body, and then He gonna put it in a new body that's already in the heavens. All right, that's prepared for us.
Oh yeah, chemtrails. How could I forget about that? They do that intentionally. Break your body down, break your immune system.
And like, man, like the Lord gonna straight do a number on this devil, man, like destroying everything, man. Like I just imagine that, like the Lord just blowing up them planes that was spreading them chemtrails. I just imagine that just now, man.
Yeah, they got planes that never landed. They got ships that never returned. Most I be bringing some shit. Just to know.
Like the helicopter, if it was real, you know, the helicopter got swallowed up by that chariot.
Yeah. They're not gonna tell you. They just gonna tell you missing planes, missing ships.
Right. Yeah, that was real. Yeah, that was real.
The Lord got, and He got creatures out there for His will. So Leviathan did already probably tell what Titanic's out there and all that. Not that it shouldn't. Probably just press upon it, making this shit out. And they sunk that.
That's what I believe. I believe. I speak as a man. I believe Leviathan sunk the Titanic.
Yeah.
Lord's like, Leviathan, go get that ship and just split that mug.
You want to know what he said? Not even God can sink this ship.
On the day of their departure.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, whack.
Right. Shit, the very first day.
That shit out of here.
And which they got a Titanic too. They just go to show you how proud these damn devils are.
They put it on the water.
They put it on the water. They like, oh, we ain't gonna say that again.
Yeah. and best believe they probably have all the radars, you know, the little post all the creatures around.
That sonar system.
Yeah.
And probably just came up, broke that shit because it's too much vibration. Man, get this shit out. Whack that shit.
It is a video. It is a video out there of some professional divers that go down, and they were saying that they had to make a submarine like a ball, like a perfect circle, to go down deep. But the guy got scared because they on the sonar system they heard some breathing, like some heavy breathing there. When you listen to it, yeah, it sounds like something big down there.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Then also, it's a video out there where it's like an unknown sonar sound down there. It didn't sound like a submarine or none of that. I'm like, Lord, fucking with y'all.
Yeah, because Leviathan, like a lot of those fishes, they can communicate like that.
Mm-hmm. Whales.
You know, yeah, whales and whales communicate through sounds and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, dolphins got the actual sonar, how they can connect with you. And you saw such a damn devil. That sonar system fuck with the dolphins' sonar system.
That's how you know this devil's a damn devil, man.
Do whales got a sonar system? I don't know.
I know they do that clicking noise.
Okay.
I think that noise they do is like sonar, but I don't know.
Yeah, because I know a lot of whales beaching themselves.
Because of the sonar, because it's so loud that it messes with their ears and stuff. You know?
And plus not only that, like the plastics that's in the ocean.
Getting
so like
in
a lot
their
of
lungs.
those whales eat that shit, and then and die. So you got decades of plastic in your body, so of course you're gonna drop dead.
They reach themselves because of the pain. Yeah. And then when they chop the well up, all plastic. Plastic and trash. And they just kill them. That's why we say when we bring this cup of judgment to you, we plead on behalf of the whole planet Earth as well.
Yeah, because you saw you're gonna have to clean up all that.
Yeah. And then you try not to take responsibility. No, you're gonna take responsibility. Unless the certain company you see. No, you still pushing. Okay? Right. Why isn't there a ban of plastic? Right? The smart thing would have been to stick with glass and paper.
Right.
Because you got Edomites who always on a comment board, like even with trash, right? You may not notice, but America has a trash problem.
Yeah.
They to get rid of the trash, they always sold it primarily to different parts of China. But they said, fuck that, we ain't buying it no more. So then they're like, oh shit, well now we got a problem. So then they'll do put it in the earth, and that causes problems. Because eventually, after so much rain, I forgot the word it's called. It starts with the L. I forgot what it's called.
Landslide?
Not landslide. But it turns into this liquid, and eventually it finds its way to some type of water or stream, and it basically destroys it.
Shit.
Oh, it went on.
Basically destroy you. I forgot what. And then they say, well, we can recycle plastic now, but the thing is, the more you bring forth, it ain't going nowhere. It can't go nowhere.
Right.
So eventually you got to do something with it, and that's why you got those plastic oceans out there. Esau not gonna tell you he doing it, but that's what they do. They just dumping it out in the sea.
And another thing, it's something I paid attention to when I was in school. They got literally dead zones in the ocean where no life is there. Like literally, if a fish or like any animal was swimming, they instantly die because it's so toxic right there. You know, because this devil.
Dead zones, and the main culprit of that is nitrogen. Then you ask, well, what nitrogen come from? Comes from the fertilizer, because they overspread in the land. The fertilizer, and those pesticides, land, ocean, makes its way to the ocean, and then does create. And what it means is there's no oxygen in that water, so no fish can survive. People within the sea, you got spots that's deprived of oxygen.
You can see it.
Right. Yeah, so even a fish can't breathe in that, man. Man, that's insane, man. That's insane.
What this devil excuse is, we humans had motherfucker, it was you, man.
You try to group motherfuckers in with him.
Yeah.
This is Ecclesiastes 23:19. It reads, it says, such a man only feareth the eyes of men, and knoweth not that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of man and considering the most secret parts.
So you Edomites, we gonna see the Lord knows everything that you've done, as well as you other nations. Like I said, a lot of people don't know that, but these other nations all have a hand in your captivity, because the jail system is designed to make money. That's all it is. It's designed to make money. It's designed to keep them in there, keep you in there, and behind the scenes, they have these auctions where all these nations from different, China, Arab, all these different countries come and they auction pillows, toothbrushes, blankets, uniforms. Where do you think they get the uniforms from? There's secret companies that build that just for the jail systems, right? And the jails need to fill the cells because they get hundreds of dollars a day per person, how long you in there.
Show them 200.
So then they need people, and that's why you get a profile, and that's why they plant on you, because like the police, I'm gonna say, they get money for how many soul arrests, right? That's why they target you, put you in the system, you get targeted, they plan it on you, the judge in cahoots, because the judge get a check to send you off to this place, and at the end of the day, they all make the money off your way. So at your expense of your life, right, they making money. They do this behind the scenes, and it's all the other nations. That's why you'll meet, we had Ishmael and Elam come up, and they basically was like, yeah, I'm rich, right? They basically got money, but you ask them what they do, they don't want to tell you. Why you don't want to tell us? Because we know whatever it is, it might offend us, because 9 times out of 10, it's off the backs of our people, or it's at our people's detriment. So when you see these wealthy Chinese and these wealthy East Indians just riding around in these very expensive cars, ask yourself, I wonder what it is they do. Okay, I'll tell you what they do. Chances are it got something to do with your people being in slavery.
Right.
Just a little bit more. Verse 20. He knew all things ever they were created. So also after they were perfected, he looked upon them all. This man shall be punished in the streets of the city, and where he suspected not, he shall be taken. Alright, so hey, he don't think nothing gonna happen to him. Hey, but he gonna be taken, as the scripture said. You know, because the Lord sees all things. Alright, everything. Because he was already ordained. You know?
Quick little precept. This is Amos chapter 9 and verse 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord Yahweh are upon the sinful kingdom, and I would,
I was praying for that noise.
Behold, the eyes of the Lord Yahweh are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith Yahweh.
The sinful kingdom is America, and all the eyes are pointed, going back to those chariots. Okay? Always there. Yeah, they over the White House. Good luck finding that clip. Some brother probably got it. Why do they do that? They don't want it to be known that they're being watched. Right? You're being watched. You've always been watched. Okay?
The last time I seen that video was 2014. That was when I saw some guys in Dallas that sent it to me. And I ain't saved it. I went back to try to show somebody else.
And there's so many stories out there, bro. I first heard the story from Elder Malcolm. He was doing a response to it. But it's a story over there in, I believe it's Africa, of what they call a Black Jesus. Where basically you had this healer who had power to heal. And after the power to heal, yes sir, mind ring this time. They call him a Black Messiah, so Black Jesus. Basically, it was this guy who was blessed with healing, and the Edomites, once they knew he was healing, they killed him. But when they killed him, he came back to life. And then they said, well, we're gonna have to cut him up in pieces. But before they cut him up in pieces, he told him, he's like, it's gonna be many more of me that's gonna be spread. And I believe those stories, man. There's a lot of stuff on the low that Most High be working. Okay? And these other nations, they're not gonna admit to you, but they're not gonna tell you. Like they got our vessels over there. They're not gonna tell you of the stories that they know. Okay? Stories that would teach our people and teach the people. Like Black Messiahs and stuff like that.
Yeah, and like it's like and like certain creatures they done ran into. They done killed the whole damn squad. And they're like, oh, we gotta keep this on the hush hush because we don't want to scare nobody. They said something about it was like this big ass grasshopper. It was about that big, and like a lot of people say that it's photoshops. You know, they got him holding it in his hand because he shot it and killed it. You know, and some shit like that off The Mist.
God, that's the spirit. I was so thinking about that movie, The Mist, with all them creatures coming out of that portal. Hey, the Lord probably got something like that, man.
There's a video, one of the brothers shared it. I think I shared it, but it was just showing ice breaking up, ice glaciers breaking up.
Yeah.
And in the midst of that, you can clearly see a big ass whale.
Shit.
And it's like, that's a damn whale. And you go to the comment section, everybody's talking about it. And somebody said they reached out to the owners and they asked them to release the full bid. They said they won't do it. So clearly they saw something, they just not gonna show you. And that pisses me off, but whatever. If the Lord wants it to be real, it's gonna be real.
Right.
Yeah, Isaiah 51, 17. Yeah.
Isaiah chapter 51 and verse 17, it reads, Awake, awake, stand up, O Jerusalem, which has drunk at the hand of the Lord the cup of his fury. Thou hast drunken the dregs of the cup of trembling and wrung them out. There is none to guide her among all the sons whom she hath brought forth. Neither is there any that taketh her by the hand of all the sons that she hath brought up. These two things are coming to thee. Who shall be sorry for thee? Desolation and destruction shall be sorry for thee. Desolation and destruction, and the famine, and the sword, by whom shall I comfort thee? Thy sons have fainted, they lie at the head of all the streets. As a wild bull in a net, they are full of the fury of the Lord, the rebuke of thy God.
This is all because of the cup that we drunk. Right?
It said, Therefore hear now this, thou afflicted and drunken, but not with wine. Thus saith the Lord, thus saith thy Lord, the Lord, and thy God that pleaded the cause of his people. Behold, I have taken out of thy hand the cup of trembling, even the dregs of the cup of my fury. Thou shalt no more drink it again, but I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee, which have said to my soul, Bow down, that we may go over. And thou hast laid thy body as the ground and as the streets to them that went over.
Right. So this is right now, we had to deal with that cup. and the cup is being taken out of our hands into the hands of the other nation, which basically told us to be a slave. So now it's coming back to them. See, we've dealt with it, now they got to deal with it. That's why we say, because when we are on the bottom, which is our hell, that's good news to the other nations. So now it's going to be our good news and your bad news. All right, the kingdom of heaven, like y'all said, the kingdom of heaven and America can't coexist. So we can't be over there in the Middle East talking about some of the kingdom of heaven and America's over here, because the very 0.001 second it was to happen, judgment, go destroy that city, all the wickedness. That's how it has to be. This place has to be completely annihilated for the kingdom to establish. You can't coexist. So there is no future for America. Okay, that's just how it is.
Right.
So that judgment, that cup, is going to be brought to you. Like the scriptures say, you shall say, I'm not going to drink of that. The Lord said, you shall surely drink of it.
God.
Okay. Esau, how does Esau respond? Not of my motherfucker. 357 got something to say about it. That's their attitude. Okay. Well, I got my pick up my guns, and I'm gonna make sure. Yeah, you can go and pick up those guns. They're not gonna mean nothing in the day, because we talking spiritual power.
Right.
Spiritual power, not physical.
Man, that's the shit that my pops told me. This coronel ass. He was like, yeah, just as long as I got my pistol underneath my couch, it ain't no demons gonna mess with me. I'm like, nigga, okay.
Yeah, you guys getting that from Esau being carnal.
Yeah. Because this is a man that has zero spirituality or connection with the Heavenly Father.
Right.
You know, which is a miserable man.
You're about to fight the Creator. You're gonna actually use tangible bullets and guns and fucking fighter jets, okay, and missiles. You're gonna try to use that to fight the Creator. You're so stupid, you know. But it's gonna be laughable. But the Lord gonna fight. Lord, I'm a man of war. You gonna fight me, okay? And you're gonna get destroyed, wiped off the planet of Earth.
God.
Anybody who dare picks up their sword, and they better drop that. If they don't drop it the moment they see you shot, you're gonna come and we're gonna put you to death. Alright, your first thing is gonna be surrender. Alright. Now if you're in America, you're gonna be destroyed, but across the world. But the scriptures tell you, the other countries, they're gonna hear the destruction, they're gonna start wailing, and then a lot of them ain't gonna repent. If anybody know where that's at. Brothers can get that, but they're not gonna repent, so they're gonna still think about, all right, time to rebuild. All right, it's time us to fight. And the smart ones will be like, look, lay down, shut the fuck, hope you don't get judged. Okay, right? The ones who put down their weapons may get spared. I don't know, but if we gotta hold our man, we're gonna come and kill you spiritually, right? Spiritual power. Right? We need complete. You need to surrender. Okay, as if you want to survive. You may or may not. But any thought of trying to get carnal in that day, it's gonna lead to your destruction.
Swift.
And the scriptures tell you we're gonna destroy all the weapons. There's gonna be no need for war anymore. So ain't gonna have no secret missile asylum over here. Ain't no secret database missiles over here. Ain't gonna be none of that. No bunkers, no nuclear bunker. Ain't gonna be no need for none of that.
Yeah, the scriptures talk about Esau fly away as a dream.
God, I was holding you.
God, I bring it out, right?
God, this is Job chapter 20 and verse 5 through 8. And the reason it says, the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach into the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? He shall fly away as a dream, and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night.
Yeah, like a vision of the night. Like when you wake up, I heard that you have a dream. As soon as you wake up, like a few seconds go by, you just forget it. Alright? That's how Esau gonna be. Ain't nobody gonna even remember. And you gonna tell your grandchildren's stories about, yeah, we was in America, and yeah, he's working under these devils, and it's in slavery. They'll be like, wow, really? Especially from like the whole transition that we gonna go into, because we're gonna basically become guys overnight. Right? Like just like by the snap of the fingers. know.
Ain't gonna be no more of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, just back in Psalm 75. Psalm 75 and verse 7. But Yahweh is the judge. He put it down one and set it up another. You know, and the Lord gonna put down Esau, these Edomites, and all his minions, and set up Israel, man. You know, to be the ruler of the upcoming world, man. Under the power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, and King David on the throne, and the elect men of Israel, and so on and so forth. You know, you other nations gonna be up under us, and you gonna like it, man. Except for he ain't gonna like it, but the rest of the nations gonna like that order, man. You know, get righteous feet put up their ass.
And you're going to see how the world is truly supposed to be governed by way of wisdom. All right, you're going to see, because the way we're going to operate, there ain't going to be no shortage of this, shortage of that. We're going to have plenty, because we're going to show you how it is, how the smart methods would be. Okay.
We the true Illuminati, you know, because these devils talking about some overpopulation when the Lord made the world for the people, you know, for us in general, and it's the world is vast, man. Like if you put everybody in Texas, it'd still be a lot of room for everybody, man.
Yeah, Esau want everybody stacked on top of each other.
Right, for chaos purposes.
Exactly. And to monitor everybody. You know. That'd be a bunch of cattle or something. Like in a damn fence. And they show you that in these different movies. But the scriptures talk about a man should desire to go into a city and should not be able. You know, and it's like that by design. You know, because when these martial law troops come into these different cities and barricade the place, hey, that's it. You know, you're gonna have some people that sneak across and all that. But for the most part, hey, it's gonna be straight hell out here.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 46 and verse 10. For this is the day of the Lord, Yahweh of hosts, a day of vengeance, that he may avenge him of his adversaries, and the sword shall devour, and it shall be probably rich as hell.
Another day, another dollar.
For this is the day of the Lord Yahweh of hosts, a day of vengeance, that he may avenge him of his adversaries. And the sword shall devour, and it shall be satiated and made drunk with their blood. For the Lord Yahweh of hosts hath a sacrifice in the north country by the river Euphrates. Go up unto Gilead and take balm, O virgin daughter of Egypt. In vain shalt thou use many medicine, for thou shalt not be cured. The nations have heard of thy shame, and thy cry hath filled the land. For the mighty man hath stumbled against the mighty, and they are fallen both together.
Right, so no bomb is going to be able to cure you or cure this place, okay? Because once the judgment comes through, that's it. So it ain't going to be no America's going to get through another Great Depression and come back on top of it. Once this place goes down, whatever it is, it's going to be permanent. Right. Permanent until it's destroyed. Because we're at the end, and now is your time for judgment. Because the Most High is perfect. The downfall of this place, while this place is being destroyed, piece by piece, right? You got the economic side, you got the food side, which most of that's intentional anyway, but most of it is just it's just short of it, okay? Which leads into a downfall in factories, which leads to people going jobless, which leads to unemployment, which leads to more money, which leads to the downfall of the dollar. All these things slowly, surgical strikes. This place is going down. The Lord is raising up His people, starting with the prophets. So while this place is falling down, there's one thing, another important piece is sticking out. Is men on the corners teaching they're Israelites. People flooding social media with the truth, with Bible scriptures. People doing videos about Bible scriptures. People associating everything that's happening with Bible scripture.
Yeah, hey, cause hey, there's no way around it. Hey, even then, you got these people that claim to be woke, which they already know that what these false Christian pastors teaching in churches is false. Everybody know that. I mean, if you don't know that by now, you just straight delusional. All right. But two, it goes back to the Bible, because you know you're gonna run into the Israelites, because you're gonna have to have the man that can break down the scriptures to you the right way. You know. So
everybody's looking at the scriptures.
Right. So you're gonna have to go back to the scriptures. That's what a lot of these, even Sarnetta, he want to get the apostles to come on his podcast, so he can interview him and all that. Nah, bro. Yeah, we not here for that. We just only here just to teach the word, and that's it.
Go to the sellers and buy. Yeah, that's our response. Right? It's not happening. We got time for that drama stuff. That's all it is. It's just endless drama. Okay? Because you're gonna want to bring your woman on. We're gonna say hell no. Why? Click. End the conversation. Okay? End the conversation. Right? We're gonna play up. Go to the sellers and buy.
Joel 3. Get this. Start at 1.
Joel 3:1, and it reads, "For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and bring them down to the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land."
Right, so the Lord got a bone to pick with you other nations because of all the afflictions you put upon us. You took part in our scattering. You had fun with that. You made sure those altar blocks, you did that with the intent of breaking up families. Because when you break up the family, you weaken them. You weaken any hope of strength they have to want to fight. You love to see that all hope from their face just slowly disappears from their face. You get off on that, right? Even when they was pleading with you to keep my children together, keep selling here, selling there, selling to Pennsylvania, you going to California, you going to Missouri.
Right.
You had fun doing it.
They showed you in the movie Django. You know, he was when he took his wife away from him. You know, you don't never mess with a man's woman, man. Especially a Jake, intentionally.
And it was found out that it was hard for a lot of Edomites to watch that film. Okay, I bet it was.
That was you.
You know, you had part in that. And but you know they gotta always put some type of Edomite as the righteous guy. I'll buy Django and I'm gonna lead him on. That's why we say if anything he had to be a Jake. Okay, had to be a Jake. But it was still hard for Edomites to watch that because it was basically on the small scale retribution. Right? I'm about to get back at all you motherfuckers. And what turned into a just let's plant them for my wife back turned into a this whole house finna be destroyed. And that's exactly what it did. All because of some Uncle Tom nigga. Or shall I say cool nigga, didn't like to see that, so then they all had to go.
Yeah, all you had to do was just leave it alone.
Yeah, they was right there, they was out. So then they wanted to do the Capra, which is an Israelite, I believe. He had to play Snake, he had to play the devil. So it turns into, all right, all you motherfuckers.
Man, you can tell he a Jake just how you talk.
Jamie Foxx did a little interview where he was saying he said it was hard for him to play that.
Especially if you want to be like
He
watching
said
this catch up.
Leonardo DiCaprio it was hard for him to get into that character.
Yeah.
You know, Mr. Candy.
Hey, he still did a damn good job.
Oh yeah, he did that.
Yeah.
That's what he did.
Yeah, because he got that talent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just having talent is an Israelite characteristic.
So Esau doesn't like stuff like that. Signs of hope for our people with them going down. That upsets them because that's what, like I said, their darkest fears, their darkest nightmares. Just like when that video game Mortal Kombat 10 came out. Within days, the Edomite went viral because he said, "Oh, this game is teaching white genocide." Because Jax, the guy with the metal arms, which is an American soldier, I mean, how much more do you need? He's an American soldier, and they make sure he's all about America. All that.
Yeah, I think it might be 11.
Whichever.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, but still, they got the message.
And in his little story, because one of the main bad guys is this chick who controls time. So that's how you get an idea of which character does what, because if they win, then you see where they're coming from, what they would do. All he said was he would go back in time, he would stop slavery from happening.
Right.
And all you see is Jake living good, look like Africa or something. That's all it was. The Edomite looked at that as this cause for white genocide because he wanted to kill all the white people. All it said was he stopped slavery from happening. You understand? This man is an American citizen. You know, he loves America, all that. But that just shows you that Jake can't have a happy ending. Can't have a happy ending. If he has a happy ending, Esau better be right there. Because if you paint a happy ending without Esau, they look at that as hate. Guess what? That's because they know they're guilty. You have a type of plan you can execute. It's called root cause analysis. You find the root to help prevent a cause from happening. You find out that the issue of every problem, no matter what it is, the root is Esau Edom, no matter what it is. Yeah, it goes back to Esau Edom.
Everything.
So you get mad when people say exterminate all Edomites, because all they did was perform root cause analysis and say, well, you know what I found out? If we just get rid of these people, everything gonna be good. That's what all people find out, and you get upset because you know that that's the truth. So, mind you, for that to be a happy ending for Jax, right? To stop slavery from happening, who had to be stopped? You Edomites.
That's right.
If the Native Americans had the opportunity to go back in time, who do you think they're gonna stop? You Edomites. Yeah. If you ask people in China or Russia, not Russia because they're Edomites, but people of other nations, Africa, if they could go back in time and change anything, guess who's gonna be part of the person they're gonna stop? You Edomites. Yeah. You're involved.
Japanese,
Japanese,
fat man, a little boy dropped on their country. Yeah. Stopping Esau.
You're gonna have to be stopped because you are the problem.
Verse 3, and they have cast lots of my people and have given a boy for a harlot and sold a girl for wine that they might drink. Yea, and what have ye to do with me?
You actually did that, even in slavery. You, our people, is basically commodity. And you sold us for harlots and whatnot, and for wine, and for guns and muskets. These are things you actually did, and the Lord caught record of all that.
It says, and given a boy for a harlot and sold a girl for wine that they might drink. Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine? Will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, would I return a recompense upon your own head? Because ye have taken my silver and my gold and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have you sold unto the Grecians.
Right. So the vessels, that's also important. Why? Because it's written. So Most High, those are his belongings. You realize that. When we had to make the temple, we had to have those vessels in there. Had to. They had to be the gold. They had to be certain vessels. And what happened was every time we was taken down, they took the vessels. They said, yeah, let's take this. Because when you take the spoils like that, you're basically saying, it's basically like a trophy that you conquered that nation, you conquered that land. And that's what happened even with King Solomon. The temple got torn down and they took the vessels. Which you should have.
And it says that he might remove them far from their border. Behold, I will raise them out of the place where you have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head.
So it's gonna come back.
This is 2 Kings chapter 24, verse 11. And Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, came against the city, and his servants did besiege it. And Joachim, the king of Judah, went out to the king of Babylon, he and his mother and his servants and his princes and his officers, and the king of Babylon took him in the 8th year of his reign. And he carried out thence all the treasures of the house of the Lord, and the treasure of the king's house, and cut in pieces all the vessels of gold which Solomon, king of Israel, had made in the temple of the Lord, as the Lord had said.
Right, so that's when our vessels was taken. And what had happened was we got it back, then it got taken again. And it kept happening over and over. So even as we speak, there are vessels, precious vessels and gold and whatnot that's kept in store over there in Europe that belongs to us. They're not gonna tell you. Okay, they're not gonna tell you. You know, Fort Knox, they got nothing on what they got hidden over there. Because back there, that's history. Right, that's actually history. Okay, those are 1,000-year-old vessels that belong to us. That really belong to the Lord, and they're gonna bring it all back. The Lord knows what you got because that belongs to Him. So that's actually important to the Lord because, like I said, it belongs to Him. And we made sure we took it back because it belongs to us. It's our possessions. Yeah, you see. So guess what? You got to pay for that too because you got that hidden over there. Back down there, you got a whole bunch of material that has hundreds of years, thousands of years of history just hidden. And you make sure that only a very select few is responsible for it. Okay? Heck, we had a brother that used to work at Monsanto. Unless there's somebody worked there tell you, you'd never know, but it's like a whole city back there, and they pay their security guards $50 an hour. They pay the security guards $50 an hour. What the hell you think they doing back there? Huh? Secret wickedness. So you can pay your security guards $50. Okay? That means they doing some evil back there. Period. Right? They got our vessels, they got our gold, they got all that, and they gonna come and bring it all back. And I guarantee you that shit's heavy as hell. Alright? Heavy as hell, all that stuff. They gotta store it up as a treasure to say, yeah, we conquered the people. Yeah, you're gonna have to bring all that back then. That's right. You ain't slick.
And I remember hearing this quote on the game. And basically, because Esau considered himself a conqueror, this devil ain't gonna like being conquered, you know? It says, I think the quote was like, the conqueror don't like to be conquered, and that's what's gonna happen to you devils.
Yeah, we're gonna take what matters most to the Edomite man is what precious little girl, daughter. Guess what? She look good, country. Right. That's it. Okay. And you're gonna have to give them to us, because we're gonna read that in Isaiah 6. And when you give it to us, you gotta be smiling when you give it to us. You gotta take joy in it. Otherwise, that's your ass. Okay. So yeah, the things you carry dearly most, you took from us. So we're gonna take it from you.
Yeah, because the kingdom of heaven is gonna be about the Israelite man's happiness.
That's right.
All right. And including our women, because like right now, you women claim to be so goddamn happy, but really you're not. All right, because the Israelite man isn't in power. But hey, y'all gonna be happy too. Y'all gonna be good too. You know. And what y'all don't realize is that when we get in order and you get in order underneath us, that's what true happiness comes in. You know, not this independent shit, man. Exactly. Everybody lose. You know.
What's up, dude? Where can I find JSON Rappers Church?
I'm not sure.
No. I don't care if Jesus is black and white. I'm happy to be. You don't know where Lambo's recordings at? It's a bunch of black gangster ex-drug dealers preaching the King James Version.
Go ahead.
You know where I can find like a bunch
This
of
is
felons that turn
This is the
in
book
their
of Maccabees, chapter 1,
Matthew, Mark,
and
Luke, John,
verse
Romans,
21.
Corinthians.
and entered proudly into the sanctuary and took. I'll start at 20. And after that, Antiochus had smitten Egypt and returned again in the 143rd year and went up against Israel and Jerusalem with a great multitude. And entered proudly into the sanctuary and took away the golden altar and the candlestick of light and the vessels thereof, and the table of the shewbread and the pouring vessels and the vials and the censers of gold and the veil and the crowns and the golden ornaments that were before the temple, all which he pulled off.
Yeah, so he took it all. Why didn't he just destroy it? Because those are precious values. Even the table was precious. That's why he took that. So these are the things that these nations have actually done. They've actually entered the sanctuary and they've taken the things several times. We'll get it back or we'll remake it. They'll take it. Okay? And they have it too. As we speak, they have it. And it's all going to be brought back.
That's right.
Because that's our history, man. Why haven't they give that back to us if they truly are sorry? They're not going to do it. You know? Any place that's secret to where you don't know about it or got heavy security, like the Bohemian Grove or the Vatican, there's a lot of wickedness there, man. Yeah. Wickedness and deep, dark history guarantee our history.
Yeah, a lot of child sacrifice going in there.
There's child sacrifice, evil bloodshed.
Yep. What else?
Cannibalism happening.
Cannibalism, and little evil ass sexual acts.
Little
kids.
kids.
Yeah, pedophile rings.
Oh yeah.
These
All
people
that.
eat shit and drink piss, man. Like how they actually do this, man. It was a movie about that called Community. It was like a gated community of well-off Edomites, and the guy who was married to Kourtney Kardashian, you know, her child's father. His name slips my mind, but he played a child. So he was a child star actor back in the day, and he was like one of the children. And so he come home from school, and he see he creep into the dining room, and he see like all his neighbors and stuff in the room, and they got turds on their plate, and they got piss in the champagne glass, and he like, what the hell, like. And they all turned on him and they started chasing him, trying to get him because he walked in on this ritual. Yeah, it's like they make movies about the stuff they really do in real life, and these Americans, they gonna look at it like, oh, that's a good movie. Like, this shit really happens.
Yeah, like adrenochrome. They'd take a kid and basically like torture him and stab him to death. They showed it in that movie Dr. Sleep. You ever saw that movie? It's like the Stephen King movie. It's basically like the Shining, which is Shining is basically like this Rekha Kodash. All right, and you got these different type of creatures that they'd take people that got the Shining and like suck the Shining out of them. So yeah, they'd torture them and suck the Shining out of them, and then they get stronger.
And that one Disney movie, Monsters Inc., they show you that in there. You know, they send the monsters in, scare the kids, the screams, raise that red bar up and stuff that's represented that adrenochrome.
That was their energy source. Those screens. Yeah, they do it. The Epstein's, all that secret stuff is actually real. They do a lot of evil, wicked things, okay? In the dark. They also have things that's also secret that nobody knows supposed to know about it, like our vessels on it. That's why you got a lot to pay for, because it may not seem like it, but it's a lot that's on this earth right now that will blow your mind if you actually got to see or witness with your own eyes. But they keep it on the low.
And
like you said, like oversized grasshoppers and stuff like that. They try to keep that as low as possible. Okay? Because they want you to believe that they control everything and there's nothing more out there that they don't know or they can't control.
Yeah.
Keep going on, Joel. We're gonna read all.
This is Ephesians 6 and 12. It reads, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places."
You can break it down.
Yeah, so just like we talk about this day and age in this world, we have all kind of people from the political arena, from the entertainment arena, who are taking in all these different wicked spiritual events, in this world. And for us who are on the righteous side, we don't deal with that. Our power comes from the Shah. We don't need to deal with any wicked spirits of darkness. But those people who are void of the spirit, that's the only way they can get power.
Exactly. They got to go all the way left.
Gotta go to the left.
That's pretty much what King Saul did. Like when the Lord cut him off from receiving righteous counsel, he had to go to the witch and Endor to get that left hand power from Satan. And that's what Esau do, because Esau already know he cut off. So he got to go to the spiritual demon Satan in order to get power.
Yeah, go to Barnes and Noble. They got all sections dealing with witchcraft and witch shit all over there. And all the authors are all women. And they promote it. They got social media platforms dedicated to witchcraft. They do that stuff normal. Okay?
Yeah.
And imagine in the dark. So you can find these movies where they sacrificing children to God. That stuff is real. It's actually real. Yeah. They do that for real.
And they try to demonize like getting into crystals and burning incense and stuff. They're saying that that's witchcraft, and which is really not. It just all depends on how you use it. Because those crystals and incense is just supposed to open you up to spirituality. In order to receive the spirit. But they do it on the left hand side. Because you even had people that burn incense to Baal and all the other type of guys that those Hamites was worshiping, and we pushed them out of our land. All right.
Like them, if I may add, those people in politics, CFR, they go to
Bohemian Grove, yeah.
Sacrifice children and all that kind of penalties.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what those Hamites is doing.
Yeah.
And that's a law according to our law. Thou should not have any of thy children pass through the fire of Molech.
There's a thing that Alex Jones video where he's supposed to be snuck into the Bohemian Grove.
Yeah.
And you see the big owl statue of Molech with an altar and little bones and shit in it.
That owl. They do those animals and stuff too. That's why on top of Walgreens, random stores will just have an owl there.
Yeah. Oh, remember we seen that one in Jeff City?
There's an owl on the back of the dollar bill.
Yeah.
And so if you was to walk into that and say, "What's that owl doing up there?" I don't know what you're talking about, sir. Because that's how they communicate with one another. But yeah, I've seen several stores where it's just the owl on top.
Yeah.
Why is that? Go in there, ask the store owner, "What's up with that owl? Why is it up there at the top?" They might just give you some generic answer. Oh, we like owls.
It's just for decorations.
No, that's why, that stuff is deep. Okay? And you don't got to doubt too much into because, the shit gonna come to naught any goddamn way. But just because you may not see these things happening, but it's happening. Like you got fools come up here, literally tell you, you tell them in Hollywood they try to make all the black men gay and the black men wear a dress up. Oh, have you seen it? Have you seen it in person?
Sure.
But I have, you know, testimonies I've heard from actual actors on the inside telling you. Some are just blunt. Some tell you in cold. I got more. I don't do that. I ain't doing none of this stuff. Some of them do it. I'm not. It's an intent called gatekeeping. Okay. They try to turn you out. Well, have you seen it? Because you want to believe that you got a fair shot. You want to believe you can be the next actor. You want to believe that ain't none of that homosexual shit is going down behind closed doors. You want to believe that, and a lot of you really just want your opportunity.
Yeah.
You just want your opportunity, man.
So I ain't gonna let you get up high without getting you dirty, man. You gotta defile yourself. You can just look at some of the things that these celebrities have to do to pass in this level. Like, man, that's pretty easy. Why would they have me do that? Probably because you're breaking one of the Heavenly Father's laws, man. You probably defiling yourself in some manner. You know?
Money.
Yeah, kind of. We ain't just giving you these millions for nothing.
Yeah,
Kind of. This is Luke chapter 22 and verse 2. But there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known. Therefore, whatsoever ye have spoken in darkness shall be heard in the light, and that which ye have spoken in the ear in closets shall be proclaimed upon the housetops. You know, and these devils getting exposed, man. All the things that they've been doing for decades, man. Even you know, laws that they have been rolling up years before they even start executing them, because it's all for agenda. You know, little secret councils. You know, these crafty councils that they've been coming together. Now you have this internet where people can share their individual stories and not have to go to mainstream media. You know, that's why, you know, these elites are you know, shooting themselves in the foot, because they realize that this was a two-edged sword, this internet thing. They thought they was gonna be able to just spy on people, but at the same time, they didn't count on people actually putting the truth out over this platform, you know? So all their wicked things that they've been doing, I just seen a video. I didn't get a chance to watch it. I'm put it in the chat, but they made public the list of the clients from Epstein Island. You know, and it just, I mean, they said he was gonna do some talking, so yeah, of course he'll come up dead. You know, but it's a lot of people that the world look at as renowned that was on those lists, man, because these people are wicked, man. They're evil. They blood get pumping, and they heart get to racing when they involved in wickedness, man, because that's how they made.
See, they deep secret doing wickedness. We just supposed to be, you know, open light. See, you see the opposite, right? They gotta have heavy security and everything like that to keep it on the rats, because part of the strength of the Illuminati is secrecy. The idea that nobody would believe you when they did these things in the dark. They operate in the dark. And that's part of their secrecy. They get off of it. But if you bring the light involved and it's shining and everybody can see your deeds, then they don't have any strength. But that's how they operate. They operate in the dark. We operate in the light.
That's right.
So we the righteous light, they're the evil dark.
Yeah, we the Jedis, they the Sith Lords.
So you don't have to believe it's all happening. It's happening, all right? Yeah, all right. It's definitely happening. Hollywood, Walt Disney, all that stuff, man. The subliminal messages in the cartoon shows, right? How they try to use your conscience to instill, like, you being sex at a young age, all this stuff. That shit's real, man.
And like even then, I just saw, man, that's the spirit. It was all like, why do I like Die so much? And it just had all the Disney characters. It had Lilo and Stitch. I think what's the name of the older sister, Connie, something like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Connie. You know how she had the big curves and stuff like that. It had Tinkerbell, wearing a little short dress and all that. So yeah, it was already programming you, because a woman's supposed to be covered up, man. You're not supposed to see the curvature of her body like that. The only way how you to see that if you dealing with her.
Yeah, they had Tinkerbell stuff.
Yeah, bosom all out. And that's pretty much how a lot of these women look.
Little skimpy little tree leaf on and shit.
Right.
Yeah, all that's intentional. It's done subliminal. Somebody already broke down all of Walt Disney, his thing.
Yeah.
Right? How he was. And it's said now that in Disneyland that they still operate out of there. There's places cut off you can't go. Because it's all witchcraft.
Yeah, pedophile shit.
But everybody think, oh, Disneyland's such a wonderful place. Man, that's one of the most demonic places you can go.
They just picked up one of the guys that worked there for, This is Psalms chapter 64 and verse 1. Hear my voice, O Yahweh, in my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity.
Right, the secret counsel of the wicked. Go ahead.
Who whet their tongues like swords and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they that may shoot in secret at the perfect, suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search.
Exactly.
Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep.
It's deep. You know, the secret counsel, deep. They execute a diligent search. So yes, with art and how they do things, they do that. The subliminal messaging is to teach you to either be gay or have sex at a young age. This is what they've done. And that's just one part. Okay, you can go even deeper. Like I said, the food. How they mastered the art of a superficial looks to where they have you believe, oh, this is a fresh sweet potato right here. Yeah, right, get you some vinegar, alcohol, whatever she did, you can wipe wax off that shit. And you can really see the age of that damn potato. The damn fish, hey, it's already been found out that what people have done is they go to certain restaurants, high-end restaurants, they'll order some fish, take it home, and genetically study it and say, this isn't the fish that it's supposed to be. And it's actually some knockoff, but because truth be told, like they mentioned, it's a true point. If I cut up some fish and fry it and give it to you, you can't really discern what that is, you know, because it all kind of look the same. So if I put it on a plate on you with some sauce on it, you just gonna eat it and say, oh man, this is some good, I don't know, tuna. Come to find out it's just really some off-grade shrimp. You don't know the difference. And there's people who, you can look it up, and same with meat. They'll have this meat, one of the top meat is supposed to be some steak. It's supposed to be from China or something.
I forgot what that steak is.
Escapes me also.
Yeah, do we start with A? Angus?
No, it's not.
It's some other
Steak.
It's some other steak. This is got like some type of Asian type word to it. But it's supposed to be the best type of steak you can have because the way they groom those animals. Okay. Somebody took that home. They took it home, studied it, looked at DNA, and said, "That's not it. This is something else." So they'll bring it to them and say, "Why are you lying?" And they don't want to answer no questions. But then the next time they go there, they saw the menu change where they changed it to the right actual meat. So
Wagyu?
Wagyu, that's what it is. Wagyu, what'd you say?
Wagyu?
Wagyu, something like that.
It's Wagyu.
Wagyu, yeah. So they'll do that in these restaurants. They'll do it right to you and sell you. Because they first of all, they lie to you and they overprice it. But you don't know the difference, so you just eat it. So you don't even really know what you eat. Like that rice with plastic, that really offended me. Okay? You got a whole plate of rice thinking that rice, half of it's plastic. Bro, and you eat that.
Yeah.
And they just know how to deceive you with taste, to deceive you. Just like honey. It's gonna be hard to actually find real honey because they could just throw sugar in there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why if it ain't like the honey with the honeycomb in there, I don't get it. If it's like the little bare honey, hell no.
Yeah.
Hell no.
Because you might say, why is this honey $2 but this honey is $10?
Right.
I just get the cheap one. Because you ain't getting real honey.
See, yeah, I'm saving a lot of money. Yeah, that's how you saw get you.
It's real honey. You can heal wounds and all kind of shit with
Plus,
real raw honey.
go ahead,
No, that's all.
Plus, Yeah, like even off of Amazon, cause like real honey, like, especially like Manuka honey, is expensive as hell. Like for like I think eight ounces of that honey, it's like $30.
Yeah.
You know, it's like $30. Plus, it's not really smooth.
It's gritty.
Yeah, it's a little gritty. That's how you can tell it is natural.
I was gonna say, like, you know, these elites of the world, we know they eating good, man. They getting the natural, they getting the best of the best, you know, and we getting the shittiest, man. You know, even if you go to Whole Foods, these elites, they don't shop at Whole Foods, man. It's all a gimmick, man. You know, they have put organic grass-fed, man. These damn devils, man, they got their own slaughterhouses and shit, man. We ain't eating well over here, man.
A lot of these Edomites, they had their own greenhouses. Had their own greenhouse where they grow their produce. They show that on these certain movies. Like get it out of the greenhouse and stuff like that.
You know, that show you the power of the Lord that Jake's still around, cause the shit.
Yeah.
These fucking these devils been tampering with the food and everything that we need to survive, but we still here.
Yeah, and all of us took jabs, you know. Nigga, woman, mothers made sure that they get all their shots. You know, about the only thing they did right was to get us circumcised. You know, other than that, hell no.
Hey, but they don't even wait till the 8th day. They do it right then and there.
Hey, God. Okay, so shit, Salaki.
That ain't even right.
Yeah, they tried.
My nephew was born. We're going to search. I said, wait a second. This will be the 8th day. We got to do it now because of COVID all over. And I'm like, motherfucker. And then eat my child.
Yeah, they
I'm
do
just
that
like,
shit without COVID.
I think Russia, some of the older ones, I just say this. Depending on what hospital you go to, they would do it right. But now, because of fucking insurance, they kick the mother out the next day once she has the baby. So that's why they like, nah, we're gonna do it right now.
yeah, they ain't got time. They don't have time for that religion. They're like, oh, studies show you're still fine. Like, okay, but what's so wrong with waiting 8 days? How about you still charge me, but just do it on the 8th day? You know, you find out how much little power you really have in this society.
And then they charge you a fee to hold your child and shit. Like
skin to skin contact.
I'm just saying, speaking for an Israelite mother, like you gotta argue that, but like I birthed this child. It was always skin to skin contact with, not trying to be vulgar no when he was inside. This devil, man. You don't. What Carl Schwab say? He said you will own nothing and you'll be happy or some shit like that, man. That's all they want, man.
You have something?
I had Isaiah 47 by sit down in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. God, this is Isaiah chapter 47 and verse 1 through 3. And it says, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne. O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take the millstones and grind meal, uncover thy locks. Make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man.
Yeah, so you're going to be uncovered and exposed, and I love that. I love when somebody comes up, here's the truth about this person. Here's what they really did. Let me tell you about a story, 1932. This man here did, I love it. Because these are the things you work effortlessly around the clock to keep hitting.
That's right.
And the Most High is bringing it all out. So I love to hear about the stories about the Black Messiahs, the deep stories that you just can't make up, okay? Especially not an Edomite just make up. These things actually happen. Like there's people on this earth right now who actually got some type of power, spiritual power. But Esau have either killed them, right? Kept them captive or whatever it is. Because you do know that's the truth, right? If they found out that, say I had spiritual power of healing, they gonna kill my ass. Like that's just the truth. They gonna find out who did that. Who did that? You did that? They'll kill your ass, man.
Yeah, like even some of these people out here, a lot of them, as far as I know, they was Edomites or heathens. But this is one Edomite. He was like running for like days and days on out. He's never tired. Yeah, this one Edomite, but he looked like an Edomite. They call him the human light bulb. So he basically could like his body could conduct electricity. So like if he'd touch something, like he won't get shocked. And then he even put circuits on his tongue and then lighted the light bulb. You know what I'm saying? Which it could be witchcraft, but there's a certain amount of electricity that your body can withstand. Could be witchcraft. Just throwing it out there.
That account, I did see that Edomite telling that story. They said that since this how you treated me, there will be more of me that come, but we won't be nice this time.
I believe those stories. I believe about the chariots, stories about the chariots and all that. I believe the oceans. Okay, there's so much stuff that go out there. When they bring stories back, I believe. You know, that stuff is real. It's so much. People in America live in this box. Okay, it's one thing that they fear. They fear that to travel anywhere outside the country, you're gonna die. Okay. I don't want to go anywhere now. You're gonna die. Everything's a third world country, man. There's people living down there, but you know they have you believe that going to Puerto Rico or the Bahamas or Africa, you gonna die.
Yeah, you gonna catch malaria or some shit like that.
They got mosquitoes as big as cats.
Yeah, I'm staying right here where everything is safe. That's because what America wants you to believe. They want you to believe that this is just it.
Stockholm Syndrome.
Stockholm Syndrome.
Everything is safe and civilized.
Truth be told, if your ass went to Ghana or something, you probably wouldn't want to come back here. Okay? Because you're going to get treated better. You go to Brazil, any places like that, you're going to get treated better. You're going to be like, shit.
Because like if you travel elsewhere, especially being an Israelite, you know, I be seeing brothers been posting videos about, you know, Israelite man going to Thailand and stuff, and how them Moabites be all over Jake and stuff, be trying to hump on Jake and stuff. And Jake be like, man, move, man. You know, it's like when you go elsewhere, it's like you welcome and stuff. You know, wherever these Edomites ain't at, it's like you welcome there or something, man.
They want you to believe that everything's just here. You know what I'm saying? And you shouldn't look for anywhere else. This is the best it's going to get. You're paying hundreds of dollars for some medicine and insulin and all that. Yeah, that's it.
Sure.
You go down to Mexico, yeah, here's $20. Yeah, same thing. Yeah, you didn't know that? Yeah. So you realize that other places are actually better. In fact, what's my man there? One Edomite. He plays as a handicap in Scream 2.
Oh, you talking about the strong
The guy, the butcher.
Bald dude, I forgot.
He made a video and he said America's worse than everything. You know, so you know his own people don't like him, but he basically went down. Mental health care, all this. America sucks at everything. He did. I was surprised to see that he did. You just look it up. America sucks at everything. You know, because you find out in other countries actually a lot better in certain cases. Yeah. But America, how you believe, it's the worst out there.
Yeah, the healthcare system, and a lot of other countries, shit, healthcare is free.
Yeah.
Or if it's not free, it's not so goddamn expensive.
It's fair, yeah. It's fair. Because over here, you don't even want to ride a damn ambulance because you know you get.
Boy, that's 400 off the top.
You go there and man, you know if you go in that damn room and come out,
David Cross,
chick, yeah, for $1,000. Like what? All y'all did was give me some damn Tylenol for $1,000.
It's hospital time.
Yeah. So it's just a money system, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, just to take pictures. So I had to learn about that. Them electronic devices they use to take pictures, right? Your body and stuff like that. I asked the teacher. I said, so is there anything being lost when you take the pictures? Because you got to use some crystals or something. He's like, no. I was like, well, I'm trying to understand why it costs so much just to take a picture. And then he basically put his head down in shame. Yeah, you know, we basically do a lot of exploiting and that thing. Yeah. Because you go there, all right, we're gonna take an X-ray. They make it look like they're losing time or money or something taking that picture, but they not. But then they'll charge your ass 500 plus. Like what? Like come on. Like if you want to go to a dentist, all right, we're gonna need an X-ray. It's not covered by insurance. How much is it? $100. Just take a picture, and you find out that it don't cost them anything to take it. They just exploit. So all that shit just exploitation.
Because you go over there to, I think United Kingdom, they got healthcare for free over there. You know, you go to doctor, dentist, stuff like that, because it's like, damn, why I gotta pay for something I need? You know, like if I'm walking around with a toothache, I shouldn't be paying for something that I need. Like if you don't get the tooth taken out, you can die. Yeah. So why y'all charging me for something that can possibly kill me?
Especially if you pay taxes. Shit, that's wicked as hell in itself. You know, like the whole purpose of quote unquote taxes is we gonna tax you damn heathen in the kingdom. Like the tax is supposed to help keep the kingdom going. It's supposed to be like tights almost, you know?
We ain't gonna be wickedly with it.
Right. Profit in this shit. Like the movie John Q. Denzel. His son needed a new heart. Because the whole point of that film is to show you that those healthcare companies, H-Mos or something like that, is designed to just
thank you, man. You so
lie and to take money and to withhold with care from you. You know, and his whole thing, he was like, wait a minute, you guys telling me you can't do this one surgery for my son, and I did the math and found out that you've done like do over 300 a year, you make over millions of dollars a year, you can't do this, help my son out. And he's like, no, so he was pushed to his limit. Yeah. And then he found out that, truth be told, they could have been found the problem, but his provider, they paid him not the doctors not to test. So it's all set up to keep you down. That's why the scripture said this is not your rest.
Right. That's why, you know, it's beneficial to take care of your body, man, because, you know, if you're not taking care of your body, man, then you're going to end up in the hands of a physician. You don't want that, you know, because you see how outrageous them bills are, you know. They want to charge you that much, man. That's why, you know, take care of your body. You don't got to worry about getting surgery, you know.
Yeah. And like, yeah, it's natural ways to get rid of pain. One is basically like the willow's bark. That's what penicillin is made off of. And if you don't have access to that, you can drink cherry juice, which helps with inflammation and pain. You know, especially for the people that like juice. You know, you just chugging the juice and drinking it. You know, so boom, your pain goes. All right, but he's still not gonna tell you that. He wants you to buy Tylenol and ibuprofen.
Good kind. Yeah, it's another way too.
You gonna say something?
Yeah.
All right, bro. I'm gonna continue with this one. This is Joel 3 and 8. It says, "And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabians, to a people far off, for the Lord hath spoken it. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up, beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears, let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about thither, and cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, or Yehoshaphat, for there will I sit and judge all the heathen round about. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes and multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. The sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. The Lord also shall roar out of Zion, utter his voice from Jerusalem, and the heavens and the earth shall shake. For the Lord will be the hope of his people and the strength of the children of Israel. So shall ye know that I am the Lord your God, dwelling in Zion, the holy mountain. Then shall Jerusalem be holy, and there shall no strangers pass through her anymore."
Right, because you're going to find out this World War III that's brewing up is all for Israel's sake. It's all for our sake. Be quiet, so It's all for our sakes. So all you other nations, you get gathered to war, and you're gonna find out it's because of all the wicked things you did against us. But everything you've done to us, and the list goes on about how much you've done, you got to pay for that. That's why World War III is going on. Okay, because people gonna be asking that question when they finally see that World War III is an option that can't be avoided. Then the question's gonna rise: why is this even happening? And again, you're gonna have the prophets out here telling you, well, I heard them Hebrews saying that this is God's will. Well, why is it God's will? Because of what we did to them. This is all in the prophecy, man. The Lord said you're gonna know why I put my people in slavery. You're gonna know why. In fact, Ezekiel 39:20. You're gonna know why my people in slavery. You're gonna know that I'm not happy with you. Okay? You're gonna know that these are my people, because I'm raising them right before your eyes. While you people are falling, my people are raising up. Like there's a video basically saying that there has been an increase of so-called black millionaires in America. I love it. Because what they're showing you, Esau is witnessing their own downfall. I'm not big on the economics and that type of field, but Esau can see the change, okay, and the transition of power that is happening. He can see that he's slowly decreasing while our people just somehow managing to take over, right? Slowly and surely. And I can't wait to see what else the Lord got in place. Because nevertheless, Jacob's trouble is still going to come, but prior to his coming, all these things are going to be manifest, right? You're going to know the Lord's angry with you, and you're going to know why. And you're going to know that we are the children of the Heavenly Father. And it's not just you, Esau, all the other nations, you're going to know why. And it's going to be taught in different parts of China, different parts of Russia, all right? For all four corners of the earth. This message is going to get across. So in different languages, this is how this word is going to get across. All you people, you're going to acknowledge the Heavenly Father in that day. As time progresses, we cannot avoid, and that's why you got all these, what do they say, record-breaking earthquakes, since this amount, record-breaking tornadoes, natural disaster. These are all the things you all tend to just ignore. Like, who haven't heard the average person talk about how, like, oh, I don't watch the news anymore, it's just too bad to hear. It's all I heard you hear that so much, right? And even the news now is even more dumbed down. There's so much stuff that they ain't and can't talk about. Turn on the news now, they talking about some fucking Kardashians, man. Like that's news, right? Yes. But that's because there's so much evil out there. They don't got nothing good to report. What you got good to report?
Exactly. Huh? Yeah. So they got to distract you. Yeah. All right. They got to distract you from the truth. Because all that is just pretty much smoke and mirrors. Alright, just smoke and mirrors. You know, like I heard a brother say the analogy like the Wizard of Oz. They got the big man, the big face, and thundering and lightning, then there's just somebody back there. Midget. Yeah, midget just pulling the strings and all that. Yeah. Hey, that's pretty much you Edomites. Right?
This is Zechariah chapter 1 and 15. And I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease. For I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction. Therefore thus saith the Lord, I am returned to Jerusalem with mercies, my house shall be built in it, saith the Lord of hosts, and a line shall be stretched forth upon Jerusalem. Cry yet, saying, thus saith the Lord of hosts, my cities through prosperity shall yet be spread abroad, and the Lord shall yet comfort Zion, and shall yet choose Jerusalem.
Right, because you people, other nations, help forward our affliction. The Heavenly Father is a just power. Any nations that's going to get judged horribly is for a good reason.
That's right.
And it's all because you have some type of hand in the downfall of our people. Some type.
True.
That's just the power of the Lord, man. He's a just power. So you're going to get what you deserve. And all you on the soils of America is a rap career. You're going up in flames, literally. Right? It's gonna come suddenly.
Yeah, it says the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
The scripture also said when he's about to fill his belly, the bow of steel should strike him through.
Yeah.
Is that it on there?
Yeah, you told me to get Ezekiel 39.
20, yeah.
39, 20. Come. This is
Matter of fact, no. It's a little bit more. It's like 3 more verses. It says, verse 18. Matter of fact, 17. It says, so shall you know that I am the Lord your God, dwelling in Zion, my holy mountain. Then shall Jerusalem be holy, and there shall no strangers pass through her any more. And it shall come to pass in that day that the mountain shall drop down new wine, and the hills shall flow with milk. And all the rivers of Judah shall flow with waters, and a fountain shall come from out. And the fountain shall come forth of the house of the Lord, and shall water the valley of Shittim. Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness, for the violence against the children of Judah, because they have shed innocent blood in their land. But Judah shall dwell forever, and Jerusalem from generation to generation. For I will cleanse their blood that I have not cleansed, for the Lord dwelleth in Zion.
Right.
Come.
Ezekiel 25.
This is Ezekiel chapter 39 and verse 20. And the reason it says thus, ye shall be filled at my table with horses and chariots, with mighty men and with men of war, saith the Lord Yahweh. And I will set my glory among the heathen, and all the heathen shall see my judgment that I have executed in my hand, that I have laid upon them. So the house of Israel shall know that I am Yahweh their God from that day and forward. And the heathen shall know that the house of Israel went into captivity for their iniquity, because they trespassed against me. Therefore hid I my face from them, gave them into the hand of their enemies. So fell they all by the sword, according to their uncleanness, and according to their transgression have I done unto them, and hid my face from them. Therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh, now will I bring again the captivity of Jacob, and have mercy upon the whole house of Israel, and will be jealous for my holy name. And after that they have borne their shame, and have all their trespasses whereby they had trespassed against me, when they dwelt safely in their land, and none made them afraid. When I have brought them again from the people, and gathered them out of their enemies' lands, and sanctified them in the sight of many nations, they shall know that I am Yahweh their God, which caused them to be led into captivity among the heathen, but I have gathered them into their land, and have left none of them any more there. Neither will I hide my face any more from them, for I have poured out my spirit upon the house of Israel, saith the Lord Yahweh.
And all that's happening right now. Our people wake up, we're telling our own people who we are. Part of that teaches why we went into captivity, why we're in this hell, and we're being sanctified and made holy before our enemies. And you other nations are realizing, look, Esau, you're not this big bad person. You didn't outsmart us. You're not better than us. The reason you had us under your thumb is because the Lord was angry at us, so he brought us down. You know it. You know deep down that we're better. You know. You know. You weren't just diplomatically smart. You didn't come with anything. You didn't bring nothing to the Gadites and Simeonites, to the Reubenites, shall I say. Chris Phillips ain't come over and offer any goddamn thing. If anything, he got shown the ropes. He got showed how it is to survive. He got showed what it is, what real medicine is. He got showed how to live a healthy lifestyle. All you brought was death. You brought chicken pox, lice, cancer,
Smallpox,
measles,
syphilis.
Monkey business.
homosexuality, AIDS.
Yeah, shit. AIDS was created. Yeah, so
All that shit.
AIDS is a virus that basically attack your white blood cells, and your white blood cells is your body's defense mechanism to protect itself against foreign objects.
You brought the diseases, epidemic outbreaks, for all that, because it all goes back to poor hygiene and poor diet.
Yeah, and unlawful sexual practices.
And so you ain't had nothing to offer. You didn't take this world because you're so great. You're just good with the gun. But you got the smarts of a rock. You're not smart at all. Okay, common sense isn't common with you. You want to argue if a chicken laid an egg or not, or if it wasn't a female. You want to argue logic.
She said we would assume it's a female,
Right.
but
You
it's
want-
not.
You want to argue if it's a good thing to discipline your children at a young age. You don't have the wits or the common sense, because your formula leads to destruction. It leads to destruction in your own household, which leads to the destruction of the society, which leads to kids shooting up schools. That's what your lead. But
See the fruits of the tree of Esau.
we bring forth kings and priests, a flourishing society. Okay, good health. Good health leads to longer life. Longer life means more time to expand even further. That's why you got to make sure you keep us in check. We get a little bit of wiggle room, man. I'm telling you,
Just take off.
we just spread, man. We just take off, man. A little bit. You know the deal. So no, you didn't take this world and take us under slavery because you're just this great people. Okay? No. It's because we sinned against our Lord and Savior. That's why we're in this hell. And you're gonna find that out, and that's gonna be another blow to your self-esteem. Because you think you're better. Psych! You're not. Okay? Grim reality. Truth. Which you already know you're not. You know it deep down, even from the way you look. Okay? You wish you had curly hair and brown skin.
Anybody argue with me? Come on, my hair it gets really curly and it's so curly. I have this
Doggy.
My hair is so nappy and what the fuck is you talking about? I don't see not a twist in your shit.
Like, man, y'all hair is like a golden retriever. Stinky and long. And shedding everywhere. Man, we shed, but it ain't like y'all, goddamn it, shit.
Plus, like this type of hair is basically it keep you cool in the summer, and it keep you warm in the winter.
But have you brothers ever noticed that when the sun beaming on your head, you touch it like, God damn.
Yeah, like that shit. hot as
Wool
fuck.
head don't
Wool
Right,
holes
exactly.
in the heat, you know?
Exactly. And plus that fro, it basically like keep the cold air from skipping across your damn head. And like when I cut my fro off, I'm like, damn man, it's cold.
One thing I do notice is like when you like doing something with your hair, like combing it, it's like you can shock yourself doing it too, because it holds electricity too. You know, that just shows you like wool hair is the thing, you know?
Yeah. And it looks cool.
Mm-hmm.
I love curly hair. When I see certain women out there, you can tell they're like Italian or something. They got the afro flat to it. I love it. I just love how it looks. Curly hair is just so much better.
I like how I heard it like defies gravity and stuff like that. It don't go down, you know?
Last time we walked past.
That's how you know we Super Saiyans and stuff like that, because when they go into that God mode, their hair go up and stuff like that.
Esau wishes he could resemble. He wish he could be us. He wish he could sing like us, dance like us. And man, just the other day, just wanted to watch some Michael Jackson, man. I just laugh out of joy at how cold that man was. That's just Jake, man. It's mini Jason too. You would never find an Edomite Michael Jackson. You ain't got no rhythm, man. You can't sing. You suck. All right.
Elvis had
I just had a quick one because this is Job 30:7. It says, among the bushes they brayed, under the nettles they were gathered together. They were children of fools, yea, children of base men. They were violent in the earth. And now am I their song, yea, I am their byword.
That's your people, man. It's a damn shame. In a way in hell, you should be dictating what we do at home. Okay? Trying to tell us, like, how to govern your own, spouse or whatever.
That's right.
Or what real anger is. You know what I'm saying? Anger management, all that bullshit. You out of all people.
And yeah, like, even the scriptures tell you how to deal with your spouse. Because the scriptures got all the answers in them. All the answers and the keys to life. So anybody that say, hey, the answer ain't in the Bible, one, they a demon. Two, they stupid as hell. Three, they in the dial. Alright?
Con, this is Revelation chapter 18, verse 5 through 7 through 8. And the reason it says, for her sins have reached into the heaven, and God have remembered her iniquities, reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her according to her works in a cup which she hath filled to her double. How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her, for she saith in her heart, I sit a queen and no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire, for strong is the Lord who judgeth her.
That's right. Pure judgment.
One
Come
day,
to this place, burn with fire, man.
God, 1 day, 1 hour. That's a good slogan right there. 1 day, 1 hour.
tell you what nettles was, sticky bugs. I said they braided the nettles that were children of fools.
God,
They laying all up with sticky bugs and shit, getting stuck.
Yeah, getting rashes and shit.
man, that's how you know the Lord is pissed at this place, man. Destroying this place in 1 day and in 1 hour. If you think about it, man, when you play the game for an hour go by so damn quick, you be like, damn, it's 5 o'clock. That's how quick the Lord gonna destroy this damn place. Now, it might be seem long to 2/3 and us and stuff like that, or whether we have the elect, because the destruction that's going on, but man, playing in our mind, we gonna remember that, man,
That's right.
This is Obadiah chapter verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever.
That's part of that cup. We're bringing it to you for the violence against our brother Jacob. Go ahead.
In the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the stranger carried away captive his forces, and the foreigners entered into his gates and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou was one of them. But thou shouldest have not, but thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother in the day of he became a stranger, neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction. Neither shouldest thou have spoken proudly in the day of distress. Thou shouldest have not entered into the gate of my people in the day of their calamity.
Right. That's all I want. Because yeah, you're gonna get the
Man, that's that Issachar that came up here that one day. He was like, yeah, I'm from the tribe of Issachar. And he walked off, he was wearing Jordan 11s. Nah, he was wearing 12s and stuff. Yeah.
like when he read, help forward the affliction. That's part of what you did. Because when our people was fleeing, you went out of your way to look, something went over there. Look, I saw some Jews went over there. Or you cut them off. You basically meant this man's a stranger. Let us go and help the fall of our own brother, technically.
Right.
This is the things you did. And you're guilty. And even to this day, these are the things you've done. Right?
Then even in the book of Maccabees, this devil had set up some of our own people to destroy us and shit. You know, what was his name?
Alchemist.
Alchemist, yeah, him. Then what was the other? There's another one too. I forgot his name. I was gonna say Demetrius, but nah. But Alchemist was one of them that the Lord, not the Lord, but yeah, the Lord did use Esau to set him up just to destroy him and shit. But that just shows you that we still got people like that amongst us.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know?
sellout. Well, the thing about them looking at niggas, they went out of their way. They went willfully to the king. And the king's like, sure, yeah, why not? And then the Lord eventually got their ass. But you would think if Esau had integrity, but she doesn't, I'm not going to use their own people against them. This is just below the belt, you would say. But no, Esau uses the sellouts. He uses your own women as a way to destroy you and get to you. This man, he using every tactic in the book.
Yeah.
And the Lord, you got to get him for that. That's why, whatever it is, you can blame Esau. You got a problem with women, blame Esau. Because the only reason she acting like that, because it's in her nature. They're followers. They're followers of power. You don't have power, so they're not going to respect you. And knowing that they can at any time call Esau Edom to throw your household upside down and fuck everything up, they could do that. It's Esau's fault. Yeah. If the option was not there, they would not act like that. But Esau gives them that option. That's why, if you got problems, it's all because of the damn devil. He's using every tactic in the book to come at you, man. Every tactic.
Divide and conquer.
He'll use your own people, your own sellouts. He'll use your Jamie Foxxes, your $4, the Steve Harvey. Oh yeah,
man, that old caterpillar mustache.
Look at his household.
Hey, stand that.
All that shit you tried to put man under the bus. Now your household is on blast and on Front Street, and you got a whole ass daughter, and she back at your house.
Yeah, good.
That's a shame.
What's his name? What's his damn name? Charles Barkley, his ass.
Yeah, he'll use them.
Oh yeah.
Michael Jordan.
Magic Johnson.
Oh yeah.
They'll use them.
Ah man, that's another
That
push.
nigga.
Lord have mercy.
And Esau knows that shit ain't right. They don't give a fuck. They'll do
Man, this nigga touching his. They damn near look like his wife, you know. Yeah, taking a picture, holding his son like cheesing and shit.
Crying behind closed doors because your own son is a damn big ass homosexual. You know, but you go for the sake of money and to push an agenda. You gonna do shit.
Yeah, and that nigga tall as hell too.
God,
so that's a double abomination. Like you know, there's always a sodomite that's in a mighty man body, man. A sodomite in a mighty man body. That's a double abomination.
And you know, and a lot of people say that Magic Johnson probably didn't even have AIDS, because if people that do have AIDS, they tend to lose weight. They look like they're
get
dying.
darker too.
Yeah, but he don't looking like he was sick at all, man. You know, that dude just fine.
Because Esau cured him.
Exactly. Now Esau said, "Okay, I cured you. Now go tell these people, blase that." You know, setting up wicked people amongst us.
See, I got cured from you. Go out there and do some, live a lifestyle that you know you more likely gonna get that shit. But guess what? Esau ain't gonna rescue your ass and cure your ass.
Right. Yeah, like you gotta buy this expensive ass medicine every month in order to live a normal lifestyle. All right.
Because here you are, supposedly AIDS stricken, but you got a sodomite son which spread AIDS.
Sure.
So what's the message there? That's confusion. You got that?
Yeah, actually,
Okay.
35 and 25.
Somebody got heart attack in the
This is Ezekiel 35. This is prophecy against Mount Seir. Okay, you so-called Edomites, house of Esau, Edom, Idumea, for what you did to the children of Israel. Okay, it's a prophecy against you. Ezekiel 35:1, moreover, the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it. And say unto it, thus saith the Lord Power, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate. And thou shalt know that I am the Lord, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth, and I will fill his mountains with his slain men. In thy hills, and in thy valleys, and in thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword. I will make thee perpetual desolation, and thy cities shall not return, and ye shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. Because thou hast said, these two nations and these two countries shall be mine, and we will possess it, whereas the Lord Yahweh was there. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Power, I will even do according to thy anger, and according to thy envy which thou hast used out of thy hatred against them, and I will make myself known among them when I have judged them. And thou shalt know that I am the Lord, and that I have heard all thy blasphemies which thou hast spoken against the mountains of Israel, saying they are laid desolate. They are given us to consume. Thus with my mouth ye have boasted against me, and thus with your mouth ye have boasted against me, and have multiplied your words against me. I have heard them. Thus saith the Lord Power, when the whole earth rejoiceth, I will make thee desolate. As thou didst rejoice in the inheritance of the house of Israel, because it was desolate, so will I do unto thee. Thou shalt be desolate, O Mount Seir, and all Idumea, even all of it, and they shall know that I am the Lord.
That's the good news right there. That's proof right there. That one person good news is another bad. While the whole earth rejoices, which is in the kingdom of heaven, you's gonna be desolate. So our good news is your bad news. And you know how that works. Your good news is our bad news. What they say, white man's heaven is black man's hell, and vice versa. So we're gonna rejoice, and you're gonna get to the judgment because all the things you said and done. And like I said, you in particular, you believe you're above the law. You believe you're above the judgment, or what you call karma, which you reaping what you sow. You believe you're above that. You believe you can escape, and you even got the nerve to believe you're gonna be first in line to the kingdom of heaven. The audacity and the pride of your wicked ass. You're gonna find out, because you honestly believe you're gonna be first. To this day, you will still lie and believe that, say that the Messiah is a so-called white man. No, it's a damn lie, but you still teaching. Because you that prideful, thinking, ain't nothing gonna happen to me. I believe what I wanna believe. Ain't nothing gonna happen to us. We come first. Right?
I got my pistol.
Yeah. Damn, who was it that said? What was that? Oh, I get it. I know that's what said it. It was one of the old videos. One of the teachers back in one of the webs. He was on Jerry Springer? But I think it was something like Jerry Springer.
Probably Monty Williams.
Montel Williams.
Yeah, Montel Williams.
I just know it was an Edomite show, I believe.
Okay.
But it was some Jake sitting there. There was teachers back in one web. And then they was just telling them, like, yeah, we the Israelites, y'all Edomites have to go into slavery. So then one of the Edomites
that was Montel Williams.
stood up. He was like, well, if you're not preaching salvation for me, why don't we just kill you? That's basically what he said. I'm going to send it to you. I believe I sent it. He's like, well, if I can't have kingdom, what's stopping me from just killing all of y'all? That's basically, that's the mentality of the Edomites. That's what they believe, right? Either you teach the salvation for me or I just kill you. Who's that sound like? Cain. And the Lord don't respect a person like you.
Was it a dark-skinned brother and a light-skinned woman on there?
I just know it was they go back to 1 West. That's all I know.
Yeah. Yeah, like all I know that was Montel Williams.
Yeah, he's like, I can just kill you. What's stopping us from just exterminating you if I don't have any hope? That's basically what he said. Well, that's because that's your spirit, and you know what? Like, because like you said, our good news is your bad news. It's gonna happen, right? In your mind, the pride and audacity in you is that either you come first or there is no future. You basically it. So when you see something good going like this, you thinking, well, I should have a part in so, and if not, then it shouldn't exist. So, on the cops, gonna get you off the streets, right? Because you're a bullet. Anything that's good or prosperous, you want in on it. You ain't getting in on this, right? Oh, a kingdom of heaven or everything? Oh, I want in. No, you're not. Well, then I want to destroy it. You and whatever else you teach you. We know that's your mentality. That's your spirit, Cain. All right. You came to the Lord all cheesing. The Lord's like, I don't respect that offering. Here you go, Abel. Yeah, I respect your offer. Here's a blessing. You like, I'm about to kill this man. You know, that's your attitude. Okay. Lord don't respect a man like you. All right, a sore loser. Yep. Got that Ezekiel 25. So you had a precept.
I had a quick little precept. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 21 through. I'm gonna just get 15 to 21. I'm gonna just get 21. And the reason it says, like as they do yet this day unto my chosen, so will I do also in recompense in their bosom. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh.
So it's gonna come back to it, but you think you above it. Just you wait. Just you wait. The only reason you people are walking around here smiling is because you haven't been touched. That reality hasn't set in yet. We're falling. They're next. Yes. All right. It's time to go ahead. You know the balance. It's time to go ahead and shift that on over. Okay. You go down, we go, but you need to see it. Right? I want you to actually see it. I actually liked when that Jake. I don't know if y'all saw that clip over the Jake. He's basically said how Uganda had found a whole lot of gold. You know, most Jake's like, oh, you shouldn't have said nothing. I'm like, nah, I'm actually glad he showed that because now if Esau decides to do anything, it's 100% evident you coming over there with some evil intentions. But I like to hear that people in Africa, which primarily are going to be Jakes, are talking about basically having a bright future. You know what I'm saying? They just talking about bus law, man. What we're going to be able to do with this, we talking about basically getting our society on this level, that level, and you Edomites aren't included. That's why you're mad. That actually makes me happy. I'm like, yeah, I want y'all, it's time for Jake to start talking big. You know what I'm saying? Talking about a bright future that doesn't include your Edomites. And just see how mad you get. I just want to see it on your face. Okay? I just want to see it. All right? That's why I actually try to help so-called black business owners as much as I can when I find them I see. You know what I'm saying? I try to. That's just, you know, that's what I try to do anyway. You get a lot of stuff from Gad, his car, and Julie. Right? If I can, I get it from him. Just to, you know, because fuck Esau. That's why I see it. Right? I want there to be more Jake businesses. So I can go right to them. And Esau gonna get mad. Good. Got that Ezekiel 25?
This is the book of Ezekiel.
We're gonna read a little bit on that, and then that's all I got. Wrap it up.
Chapter 25, we start at the top, verse 1, and it reads, the word of the Lord Yahweh came again unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against the Ammonites, and prophesy against them, and say unto the Ammonites, hear the word of the Lord power. Thus saith the Lord power, because thou said, aha, against my sanctuary when it was profaned, and against the land of Israel when it was desolate, and against the house of Judah when they went into captivity. Behold, therefore I will deliver thee to the men of the east for possession, and they shall set their palaces in thee, and make their dwellings in thee. They shall eat thy fruit, and they shall drink thy milk, and I will make Rabbah stable for camels, and the Ammonites a couching place for flocks, and he shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh.
Hey, and I like that because the Heavenly Father basically said, anything you say about us or against us, He takes it personal. You said, aha. Most High like about to get your ass.
Yeah, who? Like, who is that?
Who needs you? You can search for anything. All the answers are here.
Wow.
The Lord knows. But you say something, or that's a conspiracy. But the Lord knows.
Yeah, that's proud as hell. And like a lot of people that like when they say like Yahoo, they jumping from off some shit. You know? Yeah, so Yahoo, you know what I'm saying? So like, I'm not gonna die type shit. So yeah, that's proud as hell, man.
Keep going, man.
Verse 6.
Eat 'em.
For thus saith the Lord power, because thou hast clapped thine hands and stamped with thy feet and rejoiced in heart with all of despite against the land of Israel. Behold, therefore I will stretch out my hand upon thee and will deliver thee for a spoil to the heathen, and I will cut thee off from the people, and I will cause thee to perish out of the countries. I will destroy thee, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord Yahweh.
And you would clap your hands, stomp your feet, you would rejoice greatly, and you all got together to help forward the affliction. See, they all got, that's how, when we were in Egypt, slavery in Egypt, all the nations was okay. Why? Because we was in slavery. The moment we got free, they all got scared. They all joined forces to come against us. First one, who? Esau. After that, who? Moab. Those two are always linked together, some way, somehow. Even as we speak today, they link together.
Yeah.
They got business back there, get the Negro people. They against us.
Yeah, then you got Ham, not too far behind him. Hey, who you think worse, Moab or Ham? Ham. I say Ham.
I'll say Moab. They a little fucked up.
And it just shows you your true enemies. Well, when you in captivity, they okay or they rejoice, but the moment they hear you free and the shackles are off, that's when they want to come against you. Okay, that pisses them off to know that you're free, that you have no chains on you. That's why you Jakes wonder why they get mad when they see you in a nice neighborhood, so they see you driving nice cars, and they think you shouldn't be driving this car. You got to be selling drugs, doing something illegal to be able to afford. They don't like to see you in luxury. Right? That annoys them. They want to see your ass on the bus, walking, all right, driving pieces of cars, with broken taillights, with 19% interest rate. That's what they want to see. They don't want to hear that I own this. This is my house. I own this car. I own this land. I own this property. I own this business. That angers them. And knowing that's why I like it when I hear it.
Yeah, because they know that they in competition. You know, because Jake just naturally connected to them. I had a precept if I'm playing. This is Genesis 26. And I'm gonna start at 12. Reads. And Isaac sowed in that land and received in the same year 100-fold, and the Lord blessed him. And the man waxed great and went forward and grew until he became very great, for he had possessions of flock and possessions of herd and great store of servants, and the Philistines envied him. For all the wells which his father's servants had digged in the days of Abraham his father, the Philistines had stopped them and filled them with earth. And Abimelech said unto Isaac, Go from us, for thou art much mightier than we. And Isaac departed thence and pitched his tent in the valley of Gerar and dwelt there. And Isaac did again the wells of water, which they had digged in the days of Abraham his father, for the Philistines had stopped them after the death of Abraham. And he called their names after the names by which his father had called them. And Isaac's servants digged in the valley and found there a well of springing water.
That's like, you think you can't have that.
Right. So like, motherfucker, like, who the hell are you if I spent my time digging these holes and then your black crusty ass come in and and fucking fill up my shit with sand. Earth. You throw dirt in my shit so I can't get to it. Man, that's wicked as hell.
Just to stop.
Yeah, just to stop me from flourishing.
Yeah.
You know, but it goes on to say that he digged other wells and all that, but still, though, it's just the fact that you did that. You know, that wasn't yours. Yeah. They talking about some, Abimelech, get thee from us. You know, like, you are much more mightier than we. And like, even then, like with these women, because we don't care about what the Israelite women do. Why? Because we the Israelite man. You know, Esau, you can have all these Israelite women for real. You know, but we know that some women are going to be saved and all that. You know, for childbearing. But other than that, hey, we really not tripping because we carry the seed. You know, because like they tripping off Israelite man going to Edomite women and Moabite women and all that. Right. And coming to us. Like shit. I'm not like shit. Right, I'm like shit, y'all got our women, so why y'all tripping? You know? Hey, you see, that's the thing. They doing it just to make us mad. Because they know that we really the rulers of the earth, so they trying to quote unquote match our energy and all that.
You can't.
Right.
That's what Esau did. He went and got a daughter of Again, angering his parents. They really didn't like what he did. You keep reading on that.
This is verse 8, Ezekiel 25, verse 8. Thus saith the Lord power, because that Moab and Seir do say, behold, the house of Judah is like unto all the heathen. Therefore, behold, I will open the side of Moab from his cities which are on his frontiers, the glory of the country, that Jishimoth, Baalmeon, and Kir-Athaim, unto the men of the east with the Ammonites, and will give them in possession, that the Ammonites may not be remembered among the nations. And I will execute judgment upon Moab, and they shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh. Thus saith the Lord power, because that Edom hath dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and hath greatly offended and revenged himself upon them. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom, and I will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword.
You hear that, Esau? This is why you running from your identity. This is why you don't talk about Edom. You talk about every other. You talk about Luke. And you talk about Daniel. You'll have all these comments, but when it comes to Esau, nobody knows. Nobody wants to talk about him at all. There was this book that I just saw in Goodwill, and it was like some type of encyclopedia book from A to Z. It was made like the 1990s or something. The first one, Abraham, that's the top. They give you all these history and script, everything regarding Abraham. I said, oh, okay. Go to Jacob's there. Go to Esau, there's nothing there. There's not even the word Esau or Edom in there. I said, wait a minute. Shouldn't you at least just say Bible here and Bible there? They just don't touch it at all. That's how I said, dang, y'all even back in the 90s, y'all ran from this. So y'all been running from y'all identity.
Yeah, that's when the truth was popping. Yeah. But it's still popping now. But it was like right. Yeah.
From
in the early 90s.
You didn't want to touch on it. You just want that name to be erased, forgotten. No, it's coming back full front. You are Esau Edom.
Yeah, even then it's in the Zondervan Compact Dictionary. So shit, somebody put it in there. It's pretty probably how much smash up.
And all they did is when you do a job like that, your job is just simply to define. And you read and you put it on paper. So without being biased, all they did was just say, well, you study the scripture, Esau is doomed, okay? He's going into slavery, motherfucker dead.
It says the only nation that doesn't receive salvation and repentance from the Most High.
This is going to happen to your ass, and that's just true. That's why you run.
And they got all the precepts to back it up.
That's what you're supposed to do. That's all it is. Alright? But Esau wants to erase. We don't talk about Esau either or nothing like that. Or at the very least, they was done away with. No, they weren't. It was done away with back in King David days. How? You had Roman soldiers. Who were the Romans? Edomites. Right? What are you talking about? Those are the Arabs over there. Because the land of Esau, that's where the Arabs are. Okay, we realize you are the people first. So when the Lord talks about Basra, they Dan, talking about you. Okay? You.
Mount Seir.
Yeah, Mount Seir. He's not gonna call you individuals. He ain't got to. He call you by your name, Mount Seir. Because you took pride in your land, believe it or not. Everybody did. You took pride in your land. You took it upon yourself, so that's what the Lord's calling you by your name. Okay? Yeah. And as you notice, Moab and Esau, they always culprits. They always work together. To this day they do. Even though they clash every now and then, they still work together. Right? That's why the Lord got to get both of them. Yeah, man, this cup is coming towards you. Because in that same chapter, talk about vengeance. Did you read that part yet? Vengeance. Did you read the vengeance part yet? Read that.
All right, it's verse 14. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel. And they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to my fury. And they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord power. Thus saith the Lord power, because of the Philistines have dealt by revenge and have taken vengeance with despiteful heart to destroy it for the old hatred. Therefore thus saith the Lord power, behold, I will stretch out my hand upon the Philistines, and I will cut off the Cherethites and destroy the remnant of the sea coast. And I will execute great vengeance upon them with furious rebukes, and they shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh, when I shall lay my vengeance upon them.
That's right.
That's the end of the chapter.
That's right. So people say vengeance is the Lord's. You can't say, well, let's read how he's going to get vengeance by the hand of his people Israel. So when you hear us say we're going to get physical, we didn't just come up with that. It's what's written in the scriptures. And you Hamites, you're included in that too. So that cup of judgment is being passed around to all of you nations. If you so much as said something, if you did something, then you have for the affliction. You are guilty and responsible for part of the condition that we're in. Because even to this day, none of you are actually teaching who we are. If you were truly sorrowful, you would put in the books, we're going to teach that so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans are the Hebrew Israelites.
That's right.
Not going to do that.
And
so take part in it.
Yeah, like, and you would be giving us reparations. Okay, so I stole this from you, and I got my business now, so here goes some money. Just to make up from the blood, sweat, and tears that your forefathers had to make me a multi-billionaire, trillionaire. You know, is he gonna do that? Hell no.
Why isn't any other nation stepping up to teach who we are and to try to? They sit down at them seats. They got one person at every country represented. The name Israel don't come. Nobody's talking about you. That's why the Lord said, "Who will plead for thee? Who's sorrowful? Nobody's sorry about you." So that's why the Lord got to get them, man. So part of our job is to teach who we are and to bring that judgment to you other nations as well. Because again, the gospel is our good news, which is your bad news.
Right.
Y'all got any closing statements? All right, so with that, we're going to give all praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
Double honors to our apostles and elders, the great millstone, Kwam Yasharala, and the Bible Ball.
The Bible Ball.